All right, hopefully that is live now. Gibby. First time jitters, I guess. All right, well, here we go. Civilization 6, Rise and Fall. Sorry, let me watch my home playback and it's throwing me off. So let me close that out for now. I think we'll be all right. So, like I said, on the description, we're going to be playing as the Netherlands today, so I'm pretty excited about that. They are looking like they're going to be a pretty solid civilization. They're going to have a pretty good solid chance of being a good domination civilization, but there's also some good science and culture in there as well, so we'll see what we can do once we get into the game. So go ahead and jump to a single player game. Let's go ahead and create our game here. 1 second, let me make sure I am... Good. I can see the live chat. Make sure I actually remember to look at live chat every once in a while because that's different. Yeah, so let's create a game. We're gonna go ahead and expansion, rise and fall. Nice. Yeah. Wilhelmina, down here at the very bottom. Go ahead and play it on Deity difficulty, and I normally play on epic speed, which, you know, I know the pacing of that. I think I'm going to just do a standard one, just so I can get through a couple of these civilizations a little bit quicker. Maybe finish some games a little bit quicker in these next couple of days. And I think that'll be all right. Hopefully the pacing doesn't throw me off too much. Oh, Island Sea, Island Plates. What else we got? Oh, they got some true start location ones in here now. That's pretty awesome. Trying to think of which one would be better. Islands ranging in size from small to large, or just... Oh, that's just one large. Oh, that's Inland Sea. I thought that's Island Sea. Yeah, I don't know. Archipelago would be lots of small islands with fewer large islands. Which one would be better? I'm kind of leaning towards Island Plates because, yes, obviously Wilhelmina does want the coast and stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. We'll do it. You know what? We'll just do Archipelago. That's going to be fine. Fractal, okay. Fractal is supposed to be amazing. You know what? Let's try it. Fractal is what? One or many land masses. You know what? I think it's worth a shot. Thank you, Isaac. That sounds like a good idea. Large or huge? You know what? Just going to play on like a large map. I usually play on huge, but again, just for the sake of kind of making this a little bit quicker, we'll play it one level lower than I usually do. Everything else I think is going to be fine. I don't think I need to change anything on the advanced setup. I think we'll just leave the default everything. Yeah, let's go. There's the seed if I do actually get a halfway decent map if you want to use that as well.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization, on towards the stars.
Queen Wilhelmina, you will defend the Netherlands to the last. Turn coastland to farmland with Dutch ingenuity. Your citizens will farm with great efficiency, knowing that they are under the protection of your mighty warships. Above all, trade with everyone you meet. A good deal can turn a foe into a friend, and if not, the money will fund your opposition.
All right, yeah, I'll turn the game volume up a little bit. Sorry, I had to mute myself there because one does not speak over Sean Bean. I mean, he's just too awesome. So Queen Wilhelmina here. Obviously, I've if you ever saw my first impressions video, you'll see some of the tidbits I've said about her. She's obviously one of the nicest looking leaders that we've ever had in this game. Although I have seen her angry face, and it's a bit scary. It's like that mother or grandmother kind of scolding look. But overall, she's got 4 abilities, and of course I have to pick the one that I can't pronounce half the abilities. But we got the Radio Aranja, I think. Your trade routes to your own cities provide +1 loyalty per turn for the starting city, and trade routes to foreign cities or from foreign cities provide +1 culture. So that's kind of where she's going to be able to supplement a lot of her culture. Grota Rivieran is a major adjacency bonus for campuses, theater squares, and industrial zones. So that's really going to help her have, you know, good kind of breadth of abilities overall. And then she does get a culture bomb from the harbors. And then she's got her awesome frigate replacement over here. Going to be really good for taking out some cities. And she got the polder, which hopefully we'll see. Got a lot of good sea for polders and whatnot. Oh, this is new. Welcome. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no, I left an add-on turned on. Oh, you have to forgive me. I will come back, I promise. Uh-oh. I was experimenting with an autoplay add-on this week to see if just to kind of play around some stuff, and I left it turned on. Well, there you go. You know, there's my first stream silliness. The weird thing is that I started a game as regular Civ like earlier today, just to make sure everything was working okay, and it actually hit exit game instead of exit the menu, but it did not do that. It was fine. So I'm not sure why the expansion would have triggered the add-on. That's kind of weird, but anyway, we'll get back in there. All will be well. I don't even know how good the map was. I'll have to go back and watch the record and see if we just messed up on a really, really good map for Netherlands. That's weird. I don't know why it turned on the add-ons. That's kind of odd. I usually never play with add-ons anyway, but I was just playing around with the autoplay one just because I was bored this week. Just waiting around for the expansion to come out. I was like, huh, here's a cool thing. Let's see what this thing does. Come on. All right, come on, add-ons. Make sure that's turned off. Enable you. So the only thing we have just enabled is the stuff straight from Phyrexis. Good stuff. All right, that looks good. I cry if that turns out that that was a really good Netherlands map. I'll have to go look at the seed or whatever if it was and play it again. All right, take two. I covered up my own little chat here. Fractal, go to, like I said, large, and just I'll look at the advanced just in case anybody wants to see the seed for any reason. There you go. Okay, well, yeah, thanks, Isaac. I was going to say it seemed odd that they were reactivated.
Beasts of the Stone Age. To man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on toward...
Thankfully, Wilhelmina doesn't seem too disappointed. She still looks pretty happy.
You will defend the Netherlands to the last. Turn coastland to farmland with Dutch ingenuity. Your citizens will farm with great efficiency, knowing that they are under the protection of your mighty warships. Above all
right, Sean, I'm going to interrupt you this time. We've already heard you. All right, well, there we go. Well, at least we're on the coast. Got a couple crabs. I love this new kind of reef thing. I don't remember that. That wasn't in the original game, right? Or maybe I just didn't notice it, but I don't remember that. Sugar, obviously, we've seen that before. Lots of jungle, though. I don't know if jungle is necessarily what we want, but it's going to be fine. If nothing else, we could chop it down later on and get some good food and production. And then jade. So I think we'll definitely settle in place. This marsh over here is going to help us get a lot of food from the get-go. And of course, we got some luxury as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this crab is just barely within range. What are the requirements for the polder? Actually, you know what? I don't think they ever said it before, and I know there's some speculation. And it actually tells us now because I'm actually curious. Worried. Adjacent to 3 or more flat land tiles. Oh wow, it can't even be hilly land tiles. Interesting. So, like even this one right here, because this is a hill and this one's a hill, will not work. Down here, probably. Wow, this is actually not as good as I was hoping. We might not be able to have any polders, but oh well. Let's get going. Sailing, of course. Go ahead and move you up towards. Oh, we got a goody hut over there. Perfect. Is it this expansion that they made the change where you only get like 40% of the boost and stuff like that? Or is that something else I'm thinking of? All right, we're going to go for an early scout. Since we are in Fractal, not necessarily tiny islands, we should have a decent amount of landmass to explore. Research. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for an early sailing. I don't know that we're going to need the luxuries right away. I could go for like an early religion, stuff like that, but honestly, it's not Wilhelmina's game to play religion. So I think going for sailing... I thought that said 62 turns. I think that will be fine, and just be able to get an early ship out to kind of really see what we can do with the ocean. I only get 40%. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that I'd read something like that in one of the patch notes or something like that. Tech boost, goody hut, boost, and new continent discovered, Gondwana. All right, cool. Well, here we go. First term of Rise and Fall. The loyalty belongs to Netherlands fully loyal. Well, that's always good when your capital city's fully loyal. Up this way. Actually, it looks like we're gonna have a decent amount of land. There's a little bit of a dotted line, most likely a city-state. I actually had a game today. Like I was saying earlier, I kind of loaded up a game, just kind of mess around a little bit, mess around some of the streaming settings. And I had a game today where I had my settler, or my settler. There was an NPC settler, then my warrior and an NPC warrior all right next to each other. And I'm like, if this was a duel game, I could like have won a domination victory on turn 1, apparently. I don't know what was going on with the game. It was literally kind of buggy. Goody hut real quick. Ah, never mind. It was Japan. Yes, Tim Dawson. The expansion came out about an hour and 12 minutes ago. Honored to meet you, Mr. Japan Hojo Tokimune. Is that how you say that? Definitely sample your... Okay, so that we have Japan actually really close. Wow, okay. Thankfully, we have some jungle between us, which, you know, if he gets a little aggro, it will kind of slow him down a little bit. But no, I think we'll be all right. He'll be friendly. Come on now. Builder. I was like, why do I have a builder? The goody hut threw me off for a second. I was like, wait a minute. I think we have anything we can use you with, so we're just gonna sit here and chill for a minute. Friendly Japan, you know, we can go up there with our one warrior, take him out, right? He usually starts with a couple warriors, doesn't he? Alrighty, let's come up this way, I suppose. Two warriors right there. No, no, don't get that goody hut. It's mine. Across the water, the river here. Warriors actually already got a settler out. Now, if that settler was undefended, it was tempting, but it definitely looks like he's doing a good job of defending it this time around. Ran back into his own little, kind of looks like he's probably on a little bit of a, I mean, the landmass could continue up this direction, but it does appear to be water on either side of him. Is this flatland right here? Flat. Sometimes it's hard to see the flat. Okay, so all three of these are flat. So there's actually their first spot that I can see that we could actually put a polder. So, okay, we'll see. Definitely the polder. I knew they, oh no, this is not actually, obviously this is not a, the ocean. But presumably, no, obviously we don't have this, but this actually, I think, would have been a good place to put a polder, right? I don't remember, did it say it had to be ocean or can it be lake? I assume ocean, but I never actually bothered looking. Coast or lake tile. Nope, definitely lake tile. So, yeah, we could have put one there. Not one here, unfortunately, because of the, whatever. So maybe we'll have to take Kyoto just so we can have a place to put polders. Put a jade. There's some flatland right there. So we got one right there that we can put. And it'll be next to a resource. Okay, so... normally, I'd probably, like, go into a monument or something like that, but... Well, I say normally. Actually, usually if I find barbarians by now, I would have gone for Slinger. But since we found Kyoto, I definitely want to go ahead and get a Slinger out. Just to make sure he doesn't get a little crazy here. And I realize that I'm probably going to miss more things than I normally do, even when I'm doing my recordings. Because, you know, I'm trying to pay attention to you know, things, you know. It's kind of interesting. All right, so first barbarian encampment over here. I got to imagine there's one over here somewhere because... A lot of open space down here.
Water, water
Oh,
everywhere. Nor
that's
any
new.
drop to drink.
Lake Retba. So +2 culture, +2 gold, and +1 production and fresh water. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's actually so I guess both of these tiles give that, I'm guessing. That's actually really good. Okay, well, definitely putting a city down this way. Again, because we can put a polder here, presumably. And, yep, I think I know where our next city is going to be. Cool looking wonder. Kind of pinkish. Is that really what it looks like in real life? I've never actually... I mean, I know a bit about geography. I feel like I don't remember that lake. I'm not familiar with that one for some reason. Yep, perfect. Constantly keeping my eyes open. Looks like this might be 3 flat tiles right here as well, so maybe another polder there. I'm just trying to find the places for the polders at this point. I will come over this way. I'm going to circle back around with this warrior. Really kind of come back through this direction just to make sure we don't leave the city completely undefended, although we do have a slinger coming out in a couple turns. Alrighty, let's see. Let's go ahead and get this. Knowledge of the Wheel. Got a promotion there. You know what? I'm gonna go probably woods and rainforest. A bit of hills, but I think we've obviously got a huge rainforest up here that we might be able to come back up through. Hack this. But no, it's gonna be a loss for us if we do that. I'm just gonna skirt around it. It's gonna be fine. Make sure he doesn't send any scouts our direction. We'll be alright. Sailing in 4 turns. Coda Law's coming up. 2 turns. Slinger. Everything looks good. You know what? I'm actually gonna send you delegation. Maybe we can keep you... Oh, maybe I should have done it sooner. Keep you happy. Yeah, we're gonna have to worry about him. I'm probably gonna have to make sure I focus on building at least a couple extra military units just to defend against him. Now, again, thankfully, us being across a river and with all the jungle through here, him attacking us, we have a little bit of a defensive advantage in that regard. But definitely we don't want Japan to get out of hand. Now, he does have his second city up already. Out down here. I want to kind of keep going along the coast. Oh, hello. Lisbon. Let's go going along the coast because I'd like to continue to find these spots where we can put polders because I really want to plan out our city as quickly as possible. Take all those good spots for the polders to make sure get some because they're cool. It'd be disappointing to not be able to build any of them. I've had a Nubia game, if I remember right, or it was I don't think it was the one I put up online, but it was one that I think I did on my own just to mess around. And if I remember right, like, I didn't have anywhere to put a pyramid, you know, for their unique improvement. It's like missing like 1/4 of the entire point of playing Nubia. Finger. Too far to go for either one of these right this second, I think. I'm just going to leave you here for a moment. I'd hate for Japan to get crazy. So we'll leave you there to help defend. As soon as we get... maybe I should have swapped off sailing just because, you know, we got the builder earlier. I mean, I wasn't planning on building one, but since we got one, swapping off sailing to get one of these hooked up might have been better. It's going to be too much for us to buy out to like the crabs at the moment, so we'll see. All right, we pop. We got another pop in 8 turns. Really want to make sure we, you know, layer in military units for a little bit here until at least we get comfortable against Kyoto. So I think we're going to do a settler now because I really want to take advantage of, you know, some of these spots down here. But then we'll probably follow that up with another slinger or warrior after that, or maybe even a. Let's say maybe even a galley, but I don't know. I feel like we need to make sure our land is covered. A galley's not going to help us against Japan right this second. Scout. You come down here. Take that. More experience. One's down here. Take you over here. I don't want to lose my scout, though. I'll wait and come back around with my warrior or something. But it does look like there's some good land over here, maybe for some more polders, another city or something. Oh, now you're going to send me a delegation. Well, then I'll send you one back as well. and keep you on that side of the map, like that side of the river. I'll take all this stuff down here. It's fine with me. For now. I mean, eventually, please continue settling near the water, because I need you at least 1 tile away initially, and then eventually 2 tiles away would be fine from the water, because once my my ships get their range of 3, I'll be able to take you out from anywhere. Oh, that's right. I was going to send you a delegation as well. Oh, that's cool. That's the new loyalty stuff coming in. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's interesting. You can actually see some of the other civilizations before you meet them because of the way the loyalty thing is working. I wonder if that's intentional. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but it's a little interesting. Well, there you go. Is that Mapuche or is that Cree? It's one of the, I think it's one of the new ones, isn't it? That. Very nice. Now, you be my friend for a moment? I'm not gonna be your friend forever. Truthfully, Japan in a couple of my games, if I remember right, like Brazil and I want to say Arabia, like they were the one right next to me in both of those games, and they were very aggro early on. I don't really have the best of relationships in general. All right, so here's the bottom of the map, because we're starting to see some tundra and stuff. Oh, let's see what's going on. A lot of jungle. Really need to work towards being able to chop some of this just to clear some space for some other things. One good thing is that I've looked at so many civilizations lately. I'm actually kind of forgetting all of Wilhelmina's bonuses again, even though I just said them. It is next to river. Okay, I knew that you got adjacency bonus, but I couldn't remember if it was for sure river or what. So yeah, we'll definitely get the adjacency bonus for campus, theater, and industrial zones next to the river. So it's having this river is going to help with that city. Unfortunately, there's not a river over here. Probably just going to have to accept that though, because there's just some good land over here, which is fine. There's actually not a lot of river. There's a river going up that direction. Now, there's one way down here, but I really don't want to go near the tundra too much. Kind of tundra shy at this moment. If you saw my Khmer game, you'll understand that I'm very, very tundra shy at this point. I lived in the tundra for half that game before I even found anything else. All right. Although I will admit that game did turn out fairly okay. So again, I'm just going to kind of ignore religion with her. It's not part of the game I want to do. I mean, I've done religion in games before, so it'd be nice to at least get some holy sites, because if we ever wanted to go buy units with faith, that's always an option, but I'm not that concerned about it. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see. This one allows the chopping of woods. Where's the jungle? Rainforest, I mean. Go up to science early on, which might not be a bad idea. I also want to get up to our harbors, obviously. Harvesting of wheat and rice. What do we need for jade again? Is it mining? Yeah, okay, just making sure. Not going crazy. All right, let's go ahead and get the mining then. Let's get the jade hooked up. The early amenities will be nice for us, I think. And then we want to circle back up to the science and stuff. I do want to get archery, but until we get a kill with a slinger, I'm not too worried about it. Thankfully, I think it was in the patch before this expansion. I think it was in the one with Khmer and Indonesia. They made it where slingers don't have to actually get the last killing blow. They can actually be defending and get credit for the kill. Well, hello there. All right, Peter. Okay. Well, he's obviously going to like the tundra that he's down there in, so that's fine. Temple your hospitality. Okay. Well, I mean, we've met 2 civilizations that are not in Rise and Fall, so, you know, that's fine. That's kind of cool to kind of get some familiar ones. Although, I'll be honest, I haven't even bothered to check to see if they've changed any of these old civilizations at all for Rise and Fall. Honestly, I meant to do that today and I completely forgot. But, like, presumably, I would have to think they changed them a little bit to work with some of the new mechanics, but maybe they just left them completely alone. I actually don't know. Let's go and see if we'll send you a delegate, see if you'll take one. I don't usually do the delegates, but I mean, since the alliances are such a big deal in this expansion, I kind of want to try to get something going with somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and send delegates to wherever I can, just to make sure we have the best chance of getting a good alliance, you know, like a science alliance or something like that, just to really kind of help us out in the long run. And then eventually, if we're going for domination, obviously we turn around and take them out as well. I mean, can you win a domination while being in an alliance with somebody? Presumably not. But I haven't even, I mean, there's no way, right? I can't imagine they do that. But I've played the games like Into the Space, where your alliance, I think, if I read it correctly, I didn't actually win the game, but if I read it correctly, your alliance itself could win a domination victory. But I don't think they baked that in, even though they made some changes to alliance this time around. All right, so could go down to the tundra, but I don't really care. There might be some goody huts down there, but there's not going to be places for us to settle cities. So I'd really like to kind of stay up here. We did go fractal, and we have a couple good places, especially around here. I mean, there's some really good spots, like right here, Polder. So we're going to have a few, and all of these, actually, this one's going to be next to a resource. Myself on the wording. So the polder gets more food if it's adjacent to another polder. Well, then we're not going to have that, unfortunately. I thought there was a thing where if they were adjacent to like resources, maybe I'm thinking of the, I bet I'm thinking of the Indonesia one, which is very, very similar. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Not going to be a problem. At least we have a couple places to put them. All right, one turn on Code of Laws. Mining, and then we can use our builder at least for something.
At his best, man is the noblest of all animals.
All right. Well, we don't really have any barbarians knocking on our doors right this second, so we're gonna go ahead and go with the experience for now. And since we only have one city, although I don't really care about the faith, I really honestly don't care about the faith much at all. I mean, at least getting wow, my brain is not working right this second. It is a little bit late. The initial thing that I've seen in every Civilization game, well, not everyone, but the last couple Civilization games, and I can't remember the name of. So now I'm just bumbling, trying to remember. I'd rather you not get away. It's scout versus scout. Come on now. Get us some experience. Get us some more movement. Yes, you become friends with people. You don't need them anymore. You can outgrow them. You can just invade them and take their territory. That is exactly how it works. Unfortunately, it's part of the game. You just, if you're going for domination, you can be friends for a while, and eventually you're like, sorry, man, I gotta win a game here. You know, we're gonna have to be enemies now. So here's the new government plaza over here in state workforce, which will give us more loyalty and actually start getting us the governors, which will be pretty cool to play with. Since we already got the second continent, I really do want to get up here and start getting some governors. Did we get a governor here? No. Governor. Oh, there's a governor right there. It's that little striped like looking hand. So yeah, if we come down here, we can go to Early Empire and go for a governor. Be fine. Let's do that one then. Foreign trade. We actually got a couple guys we can trade with as well. All right. I'm trying to. I feel like I'm missing something. Settler coming out in 6 turns. It looks fine. I'm not too happy with Japan forward settling me over here, but forward settling. I mean, it's not like he had anywhere else to go, so he's just settling where he can. But to me, it feels like a forward settle. I'm gonna go ahead and move you around this lake here just to see what's going on over here. Although if Japan jumps on me, I think we'll still be okay because we do have a slinger over here and we can get the warrior back relatively okay. Desert over here. I mean, I guess technically. What I knew it. I knew he was coming. Japan, he's always aggro against me. Why, Japan? Why? I thought we were buds. All right, that's fine. That's fine. It's possible he could take me out right here. I mean, maybe he's gonna be stronger than I thought he was right here. Oh wow. See, that's the thing. We're good defensive, but he's also gonna be pretty good defensive as well. Oh no. Hey, this is where I forgot Japan's ability. his strength against on coastline, which would have been fine had it got been smart and got my warrior back over here where he kind of had to stay on the inner side. Oh, this is not gonna be good. I totally forgot that he has that ability. Funny, I've as many games as I've seen Japan, I've actually never played as him. See, we'll get some people back up here. Oh yeah, we're done. Oh my, that was an early Japan. You know, they did say in one of the live streams that Firaxis did that they were trying to set it up so there's more space between people. I don't feel like this is more space between people. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's a little close. I think we're done for. Wow. I mean, I knew he was coming. I should have gotten the warrior closer. I don't know. I'm trying to think if he didn't have this guy boosted up, would he be able to, we probably would have been able to fend those guys off. You know what's going to get you home, just in case. Wow. Oh my. Well, there you go. Like I said, I knew Japan was coming. Maybe a turn or two sooner, because like I said, I was going to get the warrior around the outside coast and bring him back home. Maybe a turn or two before I expected him to come, but you know, that's all right. 7 tiles minimum. Well, they were definitely on the minimum. You know what? That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna restart this one as well. That's okay. And look, she's still happy. She's fine. She's like, you know what? I got this. I love that face. All right, take 2 on Netherlands. See, that's the difference between a live streaming and recording on YouTube, because you would have never seen this one had I been recording. So I've got to get used to it. I want to do Wilhelmina again. I definitely do. I think I'm going to do islands this time, though. I know Fractal's supposed to be really good, but I want to try islands. Although, that's the thing, though. You do have to have land for the polars to work, because otherwise, I mean, there's no point. You can't just have water for polars to work. So maybe I'll try Fractal again. Never mind. Now I say that. Now I talk through it a little bit more. And Japan. Why does he always have to be all over me? It's not very nice of him. Him to just say like no Japan, but I don't think you can't lock out leaders. That would be nice if you could lock out leaders and say, okay, anybody but this person.
From the first
You see the fails? Yes, I fail.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age.
What does she have a jungle bias? Because I honestly was not super happy being that close to the jungle in the grand scheme of things. I mean, later in the game, or you know, even right then, I probably could have, you know, had I anticipated Japan, you know, a couple turns earlier, and I was going to work my warrior over there, put him in the jungle. It would have made it a little bit easier to defend for sure. So jungles does help in that regard, but also you saw there from a ranged unit standpoint, it makes it harder for us to attack him in return. So, like I said, I completely forgot about Japan's coastal buff for his tundra down here, which isn't the worst thing. Hey, look, there's some new olives. Those are cool. Got a couple fish. Got some whales right off the coast. I'm not especially keen to start. No. I kind of want to just, I mean, I'm not going to keep rolling forever, but I don't like the tundra. The tundra is just, I don't like. I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to restart this one too. Which is fine. This is how it works. This is why I'm doing this at, you know, 12:30 in the morning after working a full day. And, you know, I'm not tired at all. We'll go ahead and restart this because, yeah, I don't want to deal with the tundra. We settle a city in the tundra later on, fine. But to start with it right next to us, I'd rather not.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age. To man taking his first
all right, Sean, we've heard you now. I wasn't going to interrupt you earlier. We're done. We're good.
Your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the
fighting Japan. Yes, fighting Japan in the jungle does seem like a terrible idea, Farrell. Thank you. I feel like they do have an advantage there, and on the coast.
Your citizens will farm.
That's why I was trying to be friends. I was like, let's be friends. But that's the thing with Deity games. You have, I don't know if you haven't tried a Deity game before, and I know this, but like I said, I thought I had a couple turns more. Oh, look at all the hills. Desert. But I am not going to keep re-rolling. That would not be good. Gypsum. We have a couple crabs. At least the crabs are so close that we can get out to them pretty quickly. Tiny river, but it technically counts, I suppose, to put a couple districts. I'm not especially happy with this one either, but I'm not going to keep re-rolling this. Flat, 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 right? Maybe, and then so maybe a couple polders even right next to each other. Now I don't like the desert necessarily, although hey, I heard there's a wonder that you can put on the desert. No, let's play this one out. I think this will be all right. It's not the greatest start, but I think we'll be okay. Now, where do I settle though? Do I actually want to settle in place, or do I want to settle off and be able to save stuff next to the rivers for some of my districts? Tempted to settle up one. I've only been streaming for about now, and I'll probably go till at least another hour and a half or so. If I've got it, you know, if I get my second wind, so to speak, I'll go as long as I can. But I do have to get some sleep eventually because I have to take care of my kiddos tomorrow. So my wife works tomorrow, but thankfully she works from home on Friday, so I get to lock myself away in my office the whole day Friday and stream as much as I want on that day. So let's see here. If I settle up here, still get the gypsum early on. We'll still be very close to this. We are going to be off as far as what is the lens? Does it not usually show us the lens? We're going to be off as far as getting the buff there, which we don't really have a way to get the aqueduct without taking up that tile. I guess we have to settle in place. I mean, I don't know. I wanted to save the spot, but we still have 3 spots for districts, and that's good. Or 2 spots I should say for districts. That's actually not that great, but we'll be all right. We'll get through it. Reroll if I fail to build the Petra. You know what? That's a pretty good idea, actually, but we'll see. Actually, you know what? A couple hill tiles. I mean, the flat ones aren't great, but you know, there's a couple here. I've seen people. I've seen NPCs build the Petra on with just 1 desert tile. So I mean, with 2 hills, that's pretty good. All right, we're gonna build in place. Just do it. Be done. Get it going. I've messed around enough. But let's get through some of these early turns and get through something going. Do I go for sailing early? Again, I'm not planning on building a builder right away, so I think I will go for sailing because I don't think I need these right this second. But if we meet somebody aggressive early on, we may have to swap these up. Really kind of beeline for that archery as well and kind of see how things go. All right, let's go over here, get this. Hey, look, not only do we have Petra, but a canal city. I mean, that's like golden in civilization terms, right? I mean, this may only be 2 tiles here, and technically the canal city does virtually nothing. But canal cities are so fun. Oh, that's actually would be a really good canal city possibly. Right next to the copper, whales in range, silver in range. Can build a Petra. If we build it here, 1, 2, 3, the hills over here still be in range, technically. Idea. Yes, this is the full version, I guess, yes. Alright, let's go next turn. What does the reef give you? Oh wow, 1 gold, 2 food, 1 production. Although it's not improvable, but that's still a pretty good start just from the get-go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the mercury would be a little out of range of this city. And I don't think you can't settle here and make that a canal city, right? Because of the cliffs, presumably? Or does that even affect the ships? I actually don't know. I've never had the opportunity to build one here. I don't think the ships can get through the cliffs, but I could be wrong. But even then, if it was settled up like here, it'd be hard to take advantage of like the Petra stuff. So I still think to settle down here would be better. Again, even though we lose the mercury, it's not the end of the world. Can ship dock and forward? I think somebody's tried that and they can't. Like, I think they used to be able to in Civ 5, if I'm right. If I feel like I'm right about that. Like, you used to be able to put the city and the fort next to each other and make like a two tile wide like canal city. But I think they got rid of that in Civ 6 as far as I know. All right, we're not gonna go very far with you, but I built a slinger, not a scout. So talking, it's okay, and I actually may be thankful for that because of reasons. But I am gonna go ahead and build a scout, especially if I can find some barbarians and get him buffed up here in a second. That's flat. Unfortunately, that is only one flat tile, so that's not a good polder. All right, just go ahead and bring you back down this direction, and you're gonna go ahead. More river, which is good to see. Obviously, we do want coastal stuff for this but getting some of the rivers will at least take advantage of one of our bonuses, even if, you know, it's not the worst idea to have at least a couple inland cities with this civ. I was like, what? Where did that come from? We went up there for like 3 turns, and then a barbarian encampment comes up. That's fascinating. Okay, well, we're gonna use you to come this direction. Apparently there is something there as well, which is kind of fascinating to... Oh no, that's where we were going, that's right. It's just telling us that we can't go there. Okay, well, we'll deal with that. We're actually gonna have you swoop down here, go after the goody hut, but also deal with that guy. So we got scouts coming from both sides. A little troublesome. Barbarians can be just as dangerous as Japan was in the, if you get enough of them, unfortunately. Go builder. We're about to be able to hook up the crabs here in 4 turns, so... Here, we'll go builder before we go settler. I mean, other than this city over here, which we don't have any competition for right now, I don't really see any other places. Maybe somewhere. So we'll do the builder first, and then we'll worry about a settler. Yeah, this land isn't great, but seeing as I lost the first game and then already rerolled once, I didn't want to just keep rerolling. Ah, we've met Geneva over here. Nice. Flatland, because, no, it's hills. I was going to say, that would be a nice place for a polder. Can we borrow your land? Yeah, I'll go ahead and engage this guy. Bring the scout up as well. Although I don't want to put him here, because then the spearman can come out and smack him. Put him out here, and then we'll just get him healed up for just a bit before we come and engage. We'll probably help use him, though, to take out the spearman since the sling first. Well, there's our builder unit. In that case, we are going to go ahead and pause on this one. We're not going to need 2 builders right this second. 1 turn on sailing. Oh, we can't until 1 more turn, so let's get you over here. And then we're going to go ahead and change your production to the settler. Go ahead and get that out, and, you know, fine. Yes, Japan got me. I knew they were coming. I knew they were going to come. I hoped that I could make them friendly, but that was just a silly hope. But they came a little quicker than I expected, I'll be honest.
Vessels large may venture more.
And I just realized why they came quicker than I expected. Because I'm playing on standard speed, unlike my normal epic speed. Epic speed is usually around turn 40 to 50 that you got to worry about the NPCs kind of coming in at you. Whereas on standard speed, obviously, some of the time frames are probably cut down a little bit more. I mean, I don't know that's strictly true that they have a minimum that they can declare war on you, but I feel like every game I've had, it's almost like right at around turn 50. But since they can build faster on standard speed, then they come a little bit quicker. They hit that critical mass of how many units they want to be able to invade you with. All right, so that scout's kind of gotten away from us, but I don't see his encampment. He came from down this way somewhere. He could have come up from this way maybe, but I don't know if he saw our city though. I didn't see the exclamation pop up. All right, let's go ahead and do what do we want to do? Probably mining or animal husbandry. What we want to do? We want to do animal husbandry just because I would like to get the archer if we're gonna have barbarian troubles. All right, go ahead and get out here. Hook that up. was pretty low. Let's heal for a turn. And we gotta get our scout, our slinger back up this way. We got the goody hut, which I'm fine with. Now he's got the exclamation mark. So let's see if we can swing up this way and figure out a way to cut him off. It's a little more to my liking. I don't know, we necessarily have to rush it right this second. Give him one more turn. Go ahead and hook you up, get us some housing, some food. How are you working? I actually just realized I haven't been setting your priority. You're working the heavy production stuff, so that's probably okay. Although I'd kind of... Yeah, I'm going to lock in the food. I'd like to use it. How much is that going to slow that down by? Turns. Okay, it's 6 turns no matter what I do, apparently. So yeah, I'd like to get a little bit more food coming in. Okay, so the audio's messing up. Okay, well, I'm trying. Let me see if I can do something about that then. Let's see. While it's running or not. All right, can you hear me now? Guess you won't know for a second or two. Let me know if you can hear me when it comes back up around. It's probably gonna be quieter though, because I turned off the voice modulator program that kind of boosts up my volume a little bit better. Because I usually record at a lower volume. Okay, can you hear okay? Do I need to turn it up a little bit? Okay, so it is a little bit lower. Let me see how I can fix that. All right, try that. See if that works okay. And then I'll get going again. That's the thing, when I did my little test stream yesterday, I was trying to get everything set up. I mean, I wasn't recording for more than like a few minutes, so I probably didn't even hear the cutout of that little program I was using. Wait for the stream to catch up. All right, thumbs up. Perfect. Good. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. That helps a lot. Well, like I said, I was trying that out, that little program, because like I said, I record at a lower volume, because I do some, like, you know, just some effects on it after the fact, just to make sure I'm not picking up, you know, ambient sound, stuff like that while I'm recording. So then I have to kind of boost up the volume in my rendering, I should say. But I was like, when I do my streaming, I'm like, I got to make sure I get the volume up while streaming. So we'll just go like this. I think this will be fine. All right, looks good here. I'm a little worried about this guy getting away over here, especially since I have to get across the river here, which means he's probably, see, the scout's probably right around here somewhere. So let's see what we can do about him. Let's come over here, and I guess we'll animal husbandry in 3 turns. We got 2 charges left. I think I'm just going to use you on the sheep. You're going to sit here for a couple turns. We'll do the sheep, and then we'll hook up the gypsum after that. I think that's going to be fine with that builder. Alright, so you're healed up. Let's get you over here to help out. We'll move you close first. So that'll get me pretty low, but I think the scout can take you. Got a promotion for him, and the scout should be able to finish him. Oh, look at there! I forgot about those because we haven't seen one yet. Our first era score. Nice. Very cool. I love this. I mean, now obviously the era scores has game impact, but this graphic has basically no impact. But I think it's really cool to see this kind of storyline. Fave new civ so far. I mean, if you watched my videos, you saw how excited I got about Scotland. Maybe too much. And I think that was as much because I was realizing, like, oh wow, if you play it right. Oh, here we go. So he is going to get back to his place, unfortunately. So we're going to have to... oh, hello. Hey, when it does that, my mouse cursor gets locked. Anyway, I'm doing two thoughts at the same time. We're going to have to get our units back over here to help defend against this guy. But about Scotland, the scouts are just so incredibly strong if you play them right. If you really just work at them, you can make them very strong because you'd have a whole bunch of, like, stealthed units hiding around everywhere to jump out. And so I thought, you know what? I could do some really fun strategies. Maybe it's not as viable as I think it is, but it still would be really fun. Just to sneak out with a whole bunch of guys that nobody saw coming. Although that's a little bit more fun against a player than the computer, because the computer technically can probably see anything no matter where it's at in a way. But a player, you could really surprise them. So that would be fun to play against a player maybe. All right, so you're good. But yeah, like I said, Scotland's a really good one. I was really looking forward to Amsterdam. I think they got some really fun, cool bonuses. The polders just look really cool. Hopefully we can get a couple of them put up here in a little bit. Change policies. Let's do, you know, we're going to need the barbarian boost for sure. Gold or faith. We'll do the faith just until, just initially, and then we'll switch back over. Are you, how in trouble are you? You are in woods. Probably in some pretty big trouble, to be perfectly honest. Actually, what I can do is move you here. Presumably he's going to move back there. Actually, no, that's hills. He can't get there. We can at least get rid of the encampment. Unless it spawns a unit this next turn, which it might, since the scout's right here. I don't know if he's actually made it back to the encampment to trigger that, but it's possible we could get that encampment, which would be really cool. All right, civics. We haven't actually found a second continent yet. We are going to get craftsmanship soon-ish, so I guess I'll start working on that. Because we'll improve that, then we'll research mining and get that, so that should be fine. All right, warrior. Let's go ahead and, first of all, let's move you back this way. We're going to move the warrior one tile and then take his promotion. Let's go for tortoise. It's going to be fine. Yeah, Korea does seem very, very strong. I mean, the science is just going to be ridiculous. That's the thing with like the higher level games. All of the civilizations seem to be just excellent at science. You throw Korea in the mix, which they may be there now, and they're just going to be just insane with the boost that they have. And then Zulu. Yeah, Zulu, obviously we saw him come out day before yesterday, and he's going to be pretty crazy as well. One more turn. We can chill you for a second.
If there are no dogs in heaven, then when...
Let's go and hook up you. Some more production. Horseback riding. Okay, so he did spawn units. I thought he might. Okay, that's unfortunate. It would have been really nice to get rid of that. We are in hills, but I mean, both these units against us, there's no way we can do anything against that. What we can do, though, is take a shot here. He'll only be able to hit me with the warrior, which will get me a little bit low. Based on how low he gets me, we can then determine whether or not we want to retreat along the hills. If we retreat along the hills, he won't be able to catch me before I get back to town, so that's going to be fine. Go for archery. If we get the boost, I will definitely switch to archery, but I would like to go and get mining. That way we can get the third thing set up, the third improvement, and go ahead and get the boost to craftsmanship as well. You're pretty good. Let's go and start moving you this direction. You're full enough that we can get you over here and be relevant. Scout, we're going to get you back to town. We're going to get you at least a tick of health, and we're going to have you come out and try and support the slinger, at least initially. And then we'll send you back out to explore. Alright, so he did hit me. Again, we're still in the same situation, though, where... No, we're not, actually. Let me see. I'll explain here in a second. If I attack here, again, you know, we're okay with this situation, but this guy moves up, then he cuts off my escape here, because then he'd be able to attack me. I could come down this direction, which... That actually might work. Okay, so I think I'm going to do another attack. I think we'll be alright, because he can only attack me with one unit. The unit would basically kill itself, which would give us our boost towards archery. And then I think we can still escape out of there and be okay. Let's go ahead and move you over here. Get you on the mine here in a moment. My PC specs, I'd have to post them. I mean, I've got like 32 gigs of RAM. It's, you know, pretty top of the line processor. I think it's just the NVIDIA 980 though, because it literally, I bought this PC probably about a month before the 1080s came out, or else I would have gotten the 1080 for sure. But it's good enough. Obviously, it does its job very, very well. I don't currently have Civilization on my solid state drive. I had a little bit of space on there, but I'm planning on getting a better solid state drive soon, hopefully. Let's see, what else do I want to do with you? I'm just going to heal you up for a second, and then we'll come back to you. Oh, somebody got defeated, probably a city-state. Okay, so we did get attacked, but we also got the suicide, so we got the credit. Oh, okay. Decisions. Sacrifice the slinger to end the onslaught of barbarians. No, you know what? I was going to say yes. Right now, the barbarians seem more interested in Geneva. At least they're heading that direction. But if nothing else, if we get our units back over here together in a good defensive spot, we can just farm them for some XP. I mean, I really want to take that, but I just don't want to waste. I don't want to waste my slinger. Maybe it's a mistake, but we'll see. Actually, my slinger does have a promotion. If that was a flat tile, I can get him there and then take the promotion, and then I would feel. I mean, it would still be. He'd probably still die, but not right away. What I can do though is move here, take the promotion because they still won't be able to get me in this turn, and then maybe I can linger around and do some more harassment. I'm just gonna do. We'll take the 5 range versus land units because it's relevant right this second. Kill the slinger. Maybe I should have. I don't know. It's tempting, but again, it's not the end of the world if you have one barbarian encampment spitting stuff out that you can kind of, you know, defend against. I mean, truthfully, I haven't checked what's down here, but put 2 units here with a range unit behind them. Actually, that's hills. Let's see, is there hills right here? Yeah, hills right here. Put a range unit here. Put a couple melee units here. They're not getting past this for a while, and we're going to be very defensive, and we can just pick them off as they come past. So that's always an option as well. We've got 3 turns on the builder. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to sit him out there by himself just yet. Hate for him to get taken by something silly. I am going to go ahead and move you down south for a second. I'd like to see what's down here while we're okay for the moment. I did say I'd swap to archery, but since this guy's not back yet, I think we'll be okay. Do you go there? You're going to go there. You go there. But you may cut us off. I could also just move you up there, take the hit from him, and then be ahead of him the entire rest of the way, which I think is probably better. That way we only get hit by one guy. He's not going to kill us, and then we can definitely get back to the city. You know what? I was going to say let's move this guy down here, but I'm just going to move the scout down that direction here in a minute. I really need this warrior to stay around. I've already lost 1 game. I don't want to lose to the barbarians. So we'll move him there, and we'll move the warrior up, and then we'll swap place with those 2 guys. Like I said, it's going to be pretty good defensive ability here. As if we get some stuff set up, you know, we can block some stuff here, block some stuff there. Really just the ocean's the only way to really get into us easily. But it is kind of making it a little hard for us to move around right this second. Southeast to spawn sooner or later. I agree. And also one over here probably pretty soon. We do have 2 turns on our settler, which actually I was going to send the scout out. We'll probably just wait for the settlers. Send him out with the scout. I mean, this isn't the best city, but I mean, we've got to have this city because it's our Petra city site and our canal city. I mean, we have to have it. Maybe I should settle over here first, but come on. You're good. 2 turns. Okay. I'm distracting myself. I apologize. Alright, so we're good here. Yeah, he's coming, but we're gonna be able to make it back. And we'll be able to get the warrior up to help defend, and all will be well. You just chill for a second. Settler's about to come out anyway. Well, I mean, I said I want to settle that. We can settle that anytime. Where else would I want to stick him? I mean, I really want the coastal sites, obviously, for very obvious reasons for Amsterdam. But I feel like down here somewhere is a really good spot. Possibly, if this mountains continue in this area, you know, there might be a good spot for like a science district over here. Next to the river plus the mountains. Could be really, really good. So I'm really kind of thinking like right over here. It's not really the greatest though. Maybe over here on the other side with the plain so we can get the wheat. There's no luxuries though, but we do have a couple sheep for bonuses. And like I said, just the adjacency of the river for our districts would be really helpful. Yeah, I'm thinking something like that. Like I said, this city is going to be fun. Maybe not a great city, but it's going to be a fun city to do just because I would like to go for Petra. Why not? But it's not necessarily the smart city this early. All right, so you're going to come over here to... Yeah, you're fine. You can come out here now. You'll be able to build it next turn.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit digging.
Go ahead and build our quarry. Get that stuff hooked up. Got our craftsmanship boost. Got masonry boost. Perfect. So yeah, like I said, somewhere over here. Got the lake. Got the deer. Do you have the mercury? If I settle 1, 2, 3. Actually, that would be within range of the mercury, technically. It's a little far out, but it would eventually be able to get it. I'm sorry that you can't get on right now. Is just technical reasons or just you don't have it yet? Maybe I'm prying too much. I apologize. Well, hopefully I can fill that void because I know what that's like. I saw a couple guys got early copies a couple days ago, or maybe this was last week or whatever. Some of the press copies, and I admit I was a little jealous as well. Okay, let's go ahead and move you. Like I said, I think I am going to stick you right over here. You'll still technically be in range of that. I'm really kind of counting on it. I mean, at least even that tile, honestly, next to, you know, next to the river and stuff would be pretty good. We'll see. Well, let's come down this direction. Let's go ahead and link you up for now, I suppose. We'll move you out this direction. And actually, what am I saying? Here, 1, 2, 3. Technically, there is a polder site right there, and right there, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, actually, that would be 2 polder sites, right? Well, the loyalty, I haven't gotten far enough for the loyalty to affect anything yet. I can definitely kind of read between the lines as far as how it's going to work a little bit and see how it could affect you. I think it's definitely going to make a bigger impact when you're conquering people, because when you conquer them, they don't have full loyalty towards you right away. So if you don't protect that loyalty, they can flip back to a neutral or whatever it is they call it, the independent city very, very quickly. Let's go and get the archery. We do have the barbarians messing around with us. We'll be able to boost up this slinger here in a moment. Builder, I don't think we need it right this second, although that would be good eventually. Tempted to get a galley, but I really feel like we need to deal with these barbarians. Let's get another warrior first, and then we may work into a galley after that. All right, well, in that case, you are free since you're being linked up with the warrior to come down this way and see what's going on. I'm sorry that, yeah, I know what it's like to have a computer that has struggles, you know, with playing certain games for sure. Thankfully, I've been able to save up a little bit and, you know, beg my wife and get me a really nice computer. Yes, at some point you get married and you have to ask permission for things occasionally. But so it's been nice that I've been able to have something that can play some of these games and do streaming as well, which is you know, well, the recording at least has been fun. I'll let you know tomorrow how fun the streaming's been. I'm not gonna leave you there just yet. What I will do is move you down. But you're fine for now. I mean, I got to be careful because I don't want these guys ganging up on you. Actually, you know what I can do? Since there's no one else nearby, I actually am going to let you take an attack here. I want to weaken this guy as much as possible to make sure this warrior isn't at risk. This should still be safe here. And if worse comes to worse, he can sneak back to the city. Okay, well, you know what? Can we finish this attack here? It looks like we can. If not, we'll move the warrior over. I like to keep the warrior heading south. There we go. Bronze working. Perfect. Yeah, so now we can hit the warrior, continue the warrior south. Yeah, I'm actually going to make that move. He's going to be able to attack me on flat terrain, which is fine. He's not going to be able to kill me. I can move across to the river. He still shouldn't be able to kill me unless there's some units over here, which I suppose is always possible. And then we can establish the city right away and should be able to defend off against him. Although, I have to think about that one actually now I'm sitting there saying it. Obviously, don't want him to have like a couple barbarian units over here that I'm not seeing and him be able to take the city as soon as I settle it for some reason. Oh, there's a goodie hut right there. So yeah, a science district right here. I mean, I wish there was a mountain here to get the 3 adjacency, but right next to the river as well as 2 mountains. That should give us a pretty good science setup. First series, like you mean like offline series where, you know, for recording? Possibly, actually. That would be kind of fun. Okay, we're still... It's a risk. It's a risk because if there is a barbarian unit over here, I don't know if it's worth the risk. I don't want to lose that settler for sure. State workforce is nice. The safer bet here would actually be to rest up, let him hit me again after I've healed a little bit, and eventually he'll wear himself out. We'll play it safe. Can't go too risky this early. No, I was gonna say we can't move you across. You'll be unprotected, and then he'll take you. 3 turns on the archer. Yeah, we'll go ahead and move you back, get you healing up, and then we'll be able to upgrade you to the archer right away. Okay, yeah, so yeah, there we go. He's wearing himself out now. I still don't like moving here because, again, I don't know what's over here. I don't think there's any barbarians. If there were, I'd assume they would have come up to us by now. But yeah. I guess I can get my scout over here a little bit and see what's over there. I want to stay here one more turn with him. Let him eat one more hit from the warrior, and then we'll move him across. It's delaying me a couple turns for the settler, which is unfortunate. But I feel like we got to play it a little bit safe. Another city-state has been defeated. Actually, it does say city-state now. Has it always said city-state? Or did it used to just say, like, civilization's been defeated? I felt like it always said civilization, so you had to kind of assume it was city-states. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that. I don't remember seeing that. Let's move you over to see what's over here. Okay, we're good. We're safe. My paranoia was for nothing. And now we can safely move you over here. Oh, I say for nothing. I mean, they're coming. We got the warrior out. Perfect. And the slinger will be able to upgrade to an archer here next turn. Let's go and move you up here so the slinger can get another heal in. So yeah, polder. Maybe something over here. We'll have to check over there. Although we are starting to get into the tundra again, which is not ideal, but it should be all right. All right. I do want that galley. But let's finish off the builder. We can hook up some more crabs. Although we're only at population 2, so never mind. We're not even working those tiles. No, you know what? Never mind. Let's do the galley. Let's get some exploration around. Let's find some more city sites. Stonehenge has been completed. First, no unmet player like city-states or people. City-states have feelings too.
I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth.
That's interesting. I mean, it makes complete sense, but I hadn't actually thought about the city-states having loyalty mechanics as well. Like, they're already independent cities. Do they just become... Do they become yours if you flip loyalty, or do they become independent cities that are not city-states? I'm actually not sure how that works. I guess we'll have to try it out. Okay, well, this is a little scary here. The good news is that we can build the city, protect the warrior, heal him up, and then go after the slinger. So that's good, but yeah, without that, this warrior would be in trouble. Is this where I wanted it? I think this is where we have to build it if we're going to protect the warrior anyway. Like I said, we got that, we got that. Bunch of wheat. No, I think this is good. Still going to be able to get the polders, although they're a long ways away, but still technically able to get them out. All right. You can flip them, but it's extremely hard. Okay, see, that would be interesting to see. Have to flip some of those would be fun. I mean, the loyalty thing, like if I was playing as Mapuche, I think I would almost challenge myself to never actually take a city with a unit and always use his ability to flip, you know, the loyalty over and see if I could just literally make a conquest victory entirely from flipping through loyalty. I don't know. I mean, maybe can you flip the capital? Maybe you can't flip the capital for the loyalty. You might have to take that one, which is fine if that's the only one that you took. But that would be an interesting mechanic to see how that would work. All right, let's go ahead and go for... I'm usually really bad about neglecting my science, but you know, we're not going to do it this time. We're going to go ahead and beeline up to science. We got a couple good places for some campuses. Let's not get behind on the science in this game. Okay, I say that. It's Deity, so we're already behind on the science, but not any more behind than we already are. Let's see. I kind of feel like I want to get an archer here. We have a couple warriors. We'll have a couple archers defending. I feel like that's going to be helpful, at least against the barbarians. And then, you know, if we meet somebody else, we'll have a pretty solid defense as well. I do want you to... Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to go ahead and lock that in. Let's go ahead and check the other city as well. Oh, you know what? You did flip over. When I got the settler and then trained you back up, you did flip off of the food. I'd like you to grow a little bit faster, I think. What's the growth speed here? Identical? Really? Or is it just not updating? That can't be updating then. Okay, see, this is not updating. I've been looking at this. I was not looking down here earlier when I was trying to do my math. This right here is not updating live. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's true. You do have to neglect science a little bit at the start. Just accept the fact that you're going to be an era and a half behind everybody else, or more. And then you just catch up later, obviously. But I don't want to get too far behind. I do at least want to get up to, you know, the stuff that Netherlands has, that some of her unique stuff, like the frigate and things like that. I'm going to call it a frigate because I can't actually pronounce its real name. So yeah, down here, we're only losing a turn there, but we're gaining, what, 5 turns, I think, on growth. So yeah, we'll do that one. Yeah, I don't know why I was like I said, I was looking at that. That was a mistake. At least now I know. Let's go ahead and move you. I was gonna say let's move you up to at least be a distraction against these guys. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move you down. Do we have enough to promote you? We do. Oh yeah, definitely. That's right. The costs are quite a bit smaller on standard speed. If I move you here, he can still hit you, but at least it's one shot. The city's not going to take. Although I'm not really worried about him taking the city, but I could take a hit. Let's use him as a distraction, just for a hit or so. He might not even bother with me, but maybe he will. He can take the promotion, but I'll wait to see if he takes a hit, and then I can move him away. Take the promotion for the heal. All right, let's go ahead and heal you up. Everything else looks good. Yes, you are correct. The war is definitely the great equalizer. That's why I like to play on the epic game speeds, because war just takes so much longer relative to the rest of the stuff. You could finish an entire war, you know, in the amount of time it takes you to research one tech, whereas here on, you know, faster speeds, you know, it just goes a little bit faster because the tile sizes don't change. But I figured for this first stream, just because I want to get through a couple of these civilizations over the next couple of days, I'd do it a little bit faster speed. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Nedved. Rushing a few settlers. I actually like that idea. I think I'm gonna try that for sure. All right, let's go ahead and hit next turn. All right, so he did distract it a little bit, which is fine. Truthfully, he could probably take another one. He could actually take an attack against this guy, but I think he's done his job for now. Got the archer here. If he moves here, the slinger won't be able to get him right away, and we can actually shoot the slinger back. Although, I really have to get him at least one more heal. Let's heal him one more time. We'll move the warrior up. Actually, it was a good move, because this guy was about to move up anyway. And if I move this guy there, not that he could have hit him right away, but we are going to have to, you know, it is something we have to deal with here. So in that case, since we've got a few extra units, we will leave the scout here for now as a distraction / maybe we can use him as a flanking type of thing.
Skill without imagination is craftsmanship.
All right. Starting to get where I'd like to get the production in all the cities, but wait, that effect of where it moves up and down, I don't remember it doing that before. Maybe I've never paid attention, but it's kind of weird. All right, I gotta stop doing that. It's throwing me off. And that did it accidentally. No, I'm okay with the discipline, and I think I'm okay with God King for now. How close are we to our Pantheon? The word that I could not think of earlier. 25, and it's going to take us a little while to get there, but I'd at least like to get the Pantheon. I'm not worried about a religion at all, but at least getting the Pantheon to get some early boost would be, I think, good for us. All right, Civic Tree. Still haven't discovered a second continent, really. We can go military tradition. Okay, so this is where we get the flanking bonus. We actually didn't get it earlier, which is fine. Usually I don't think about flanking until later in anyway, so I actually forgot where it came in at. Yes, definitely. We can definitely get a Petra. That's my Petra Canal City. It's the what's the word for, it's my little solid gold city over there of awesomeness. Could also go state workforce and get our first governor. I kind of want the first governor. I mean, I think military tradition would be a good one to go for, but I want the first governor. I'd like to get that out. It's gonna be fun to play with. All right, so you could take your promotion. Some of the health would be wasted, though, so let's fortify you again. You're still going to be mostly safe for right now, and that'll be fine. You, however, can start attacking this guy, which is great. And actually, if we get you a promotion, we can just get you healed up the rest of the way from that. Yeah, I like it. Fight back against the barbarians. We'll get it done. 22 turns on state workforce, though. We kind of need some monuments, don't we? Don't need tradition. Yeah, you're right. I know. That makes sense. At least not until later in the game when I want to go for some of the stuff further down the line. Actually, that's not one of the ones that has a leaf tech, is it? Or leaf civic? No. Yeah, we wanted to get it eventually, but you're right, not right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal both of you guys a tick, and then we'll go after the barbarians. You're apparently still doing your job. What are your health? 55, a little bit closer, but honestly, you're fine just sitting there tanking it out. You, however, can go ahead and take an attack. And that is fine. Once we get these two guys down, we'll probably push forward. The other archer will be coming up pretty close behind. Actually, you know what? I've already wasted a couple turns on him, but... Okay, we couldn't have bought him anyway. I was going to say, as soon as we could buy, we might have been a good idea to do that. Yes. Let's do this to weaken him so that we can kill him. And then you can take your promotion here in a minute. Go ahead and heal you up another tick. You can go ahead and start moving forward, though. You're going to be fine. 4 turns on our galley. Let's be able to get some exploration done. And yeah.
No man ever wetted clay and then left it.
So there's a pottery, and then next is writing, so we'll go ahead and get that out. Again, we got a couple good spots, although apparently we haven't met another civilization, so I'll probably research it most of the way. And then at least hold off a little bit to see if we can meet another civ, especially once we get our ship out. But at some point we'll just have to take it. Where is... Polder's pretty late, isn't it? Polder is... It might be Civic, I actually don't remember. It is... Yep, Civic Guilds. So that is very late. And then, of course, the frigate replacement is going to be pretty late. Although, does it come earlier in the tech tree? I actually don't remember. Nope, it's right there. Square rigging. Hey, it's only 137 turns away. So yeah, really all of the fun stuff for Netherlands is pretty far out. Kind of a while to get there. All right, you go ahead and take a heal. Get you up to green. You're gonna go ahead and take your promotion. Let's actually move you down to here. Take your promotion there. Get you a little ways that direction. It's actually a lot of hills. We'll do Alpine for now. It's gonna be fine. You can go ahead and move forward with the warrior. Should have, yeah. I mean, an early game civ would be fun. I put it up for vote. Not that I had a lot of people voting, to be fair, but which is fine. But you know, the Georgia and Netherlands were tied, and personally, I preferred to play Georgia. Or no, preferred to play Netherlands. I don't see Georgia to be super fun. I think they might be okay, and they're really gonna be able to play with the Golden Age and stuff a lot. So that part of it will be fun. But I really wanted to play Netherlands, so I'm okay with it. Let's go and start moving forward a little bit. Take out that thing, and then, of course, as soon as I move all my units over here, we're going to find out there's an encampment over here somewhere. Let me heal you up a tick before we move you out of our territory. Ship coming up in one turn. You are enjoying Georgia? Yeah, maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. +3 era. Speaking of era score, I haven't actually been paying attention to where we're at on that. We're at 9 of 12. Was there a timer here? Is this... where's the timer? Is that the timer? Or what is the timer? Oh, here we go. Turns until next era. 10 to 28. So it's a rough estimate. So it's at least 10 turns away. So I think we can get to at least normal age within 10 turns. That should be fine. Yes, Georgia definitely likes walls. That is true. Get a lot of faith from their walls and eventually some tourism, which can help them out a lot if you want to go for a tourist culture victory. But obviously, I think their strength is religion victory initially. That's not to say that you have to do that, but they're going to be a very strong religion. Actually, I say that. That's actually how I said it in one of my videos. But because their boost is just flat faith during Protectorate Wars, you could spin that into... just unit production. What is it? I think they changed the belief. I don't think it's theology anymore. I think somebody told me that. But where you can get the unit production from faith, buy units with faith. And if you saw my Chimera game, you could see that buying units with faith, you could buy an entire army with faith if you got enough generating. So truthfully, I've been kind of discounting their ability to play conquest and stuff like that. But if you go that route, you could really kind of make a huge push in the mid game once you get all that stuff set up. No, I'll probably finish this game out. What I'll probably do is finish this, play a little bit more tonight. I mean, obviously I'm kind of playing a little bit slow because, hey, first live stream, plus it's late, and so I'm tired and talking a lot. But hopefully I can, tomorrow once I'm a little more fresh, I'll be able to kind of focus a little bit more and pick up some speed a little bit. But I definitely want to finish at least this game out because I like Netherlands. But we'll see. Actually, it may just be kind of what you guys, what the people watching want, because honestly, if you guys would prefer me starting a new one just to see them, then that's fine. But I feel like we haven't gotten to the meat of Netherlands yet. But yeah, let me see if I can focus a little bit more on playing. I don't mind talking to you guys, obviously, but I got to get used to the idea of You came here to watch me play, not hear me talk necessarily. Um, let's see. Builder. Galley. I feel like I mean, I don't need too much culture, but I want a little bit of culture. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock out a monument real quick, just to get a little bit, just to kind of stay relevant. Plus, I mean, getting up to the political philosophy as quickly as possible would be really helpful. We're not going to get there very quickly if we don't get a little bit of culture coming in. I think after that comes in, though, we will probably switch over to at least another settler and go from there. Did I? Funny. That's true. That's true. You did come to talk to me. That's true, and I appreciate it. I'm. It's good. I like it. It's fun. Definitely different change of pace for sure. Let's see. Okay, I'm like that. That's going to be fine. Still kind of slow growth. Slower growth than I would like, but that's all right. We hook up the other crabs, which we do need a builder for that, but we'll get there. An unmet city-state has been defeated. World's first seafaring. Is that us? Did we? Actually wasn't even paying attention that it was the world's first. Yeah, nice. Is the first in the world to roam the seas. Well, that's good. We are the Netherlands. I think I like it. What is it? If you get, so that's the world first are the ones that give you the +3, aren't they? Something like that. Oh, look, the city-state actually cleared out the encampment forest. Why couldn't you have done that like 10 turns ago? All right, well, at least we're a little safer now. And we do have a lot of units over here. We could go after Geneva, but I don't think that'd be necessarily the smartest idea right this second. What is their boost, actually? Geneva. Plus 15% science whenever you are not at war. I mean, we're not going to be at war a lot, but I am going to go to war. So yeah, it might be good to befriend them early on, though. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and start coming up here and kind of keep pushing forward a little bit. We'll use these guys to kind of go after whatever this guy's going after, and then we may... Got 4 turns on their archer here, which will be able to protect these cities a little bit. Might actually be a good idea for me to drop one of these warriors back, now that I think about it, just to make sure Amsterdam doesn't get attacked from this side over here, the west side. All right, let's go ahead and move you out. There's a goody hut down here, which kind of tells us there's no civilization. That means Russia's not down here, probably. Let's come up this way. Ah, there we go. Montezuma. All right. That's good. At least we got our boost to riding before we finished it. I totally forgot to jump off of that first. Of course, get distracted. He's actually got a builder floating around out here. You know, that could be my builder. Very quickly. Right. Oh, no, can you take builders out in the sea? I actually don't remember. I don't remember if I've tried. Oh, I was going to do Montezuma. Let's go ahead and talk to you for a second. Let's send a delegation. I'm not too worried about him because I suspect that he's up here somewhere, and Montezuma is not necessarily a strong seafaring, kind of guy. So I think we're going to be okay with him. Yeah, now I know somebody to war with. Although warring Montezuma early game is probably not the smartest move. Although, yeah, no, actually, probably not. Kind of wait out till he gets past his early stuff. What is it he has again? It's the warriors, right? The eagle warriors. Yeah. So once we get past his eagle warriors, I mean, he'll be a little bit safer in that regard. Because the eagle warriors, is it the eagle warriors or is it? I just looked him up. What is it that lets him capture people? Is it Montezuma itself? Or is it the Eagle Warrior? I can't totally forget. I think I've only had him in one game I played against. Yeah, it's okay, so it's the Eagle Warrior. So once we get past the Eagle Warrior, he'll be a little bit easier to deal with. And like I said, I mean, we're seeing him on the ocean, so I'm not too worried about it. He probably has to come all the way around the land, and actually, cliffs, it's very likely that, yep, we're about to see the edge of this. Unfortunately, all these cliffs here do not make for good polder sites. All right, warrior, how about you come over here and check out what's going over here. We'll bring this archer back to Amsterdam for now. No, there. And we'll have the 2 archers defending our stuff, and I think that'll be fine. I don't really like the tundra, but, I mean, here's some more river. So for the benefit of having our adjacency bonus for our districts, I mean, it might be a tolerable place, but no, that's going to have to be a really late city, but put one down there. Refresher on the polders, please. Yes. Polders. Because they come around in the guilds, so pretty late civic. And they get +1 food, +1 production, which is awesome. Get an extra food if they're next to another polder, which is kind of hard to do, but when you can, they're going to be pretty awesome there as well. Apparently they get more production gold and food as you advance through the civics and technology tree. It's kind of a vague way of... Okay, here we go, maybe. I was going to say it's kind of a vague way to say it. Oh, no, this is just... replaceable parts get you 2 food. You get another production from replaceable parts. Okay. I guess I'm reading that right. Those are the texts that give you some extra stuff, maybe? I'm not sure. +4 gold from civil engineering, though. That's pretty huge. And they also get the housing. So the only problem is that they have to be built on coast or lake adjacent to 3 or more flat land tiles, which is not easy to do. Increases movement cost of a tile to 3. That's interesting. And it makes sense, I guess. But they're kind of like, not necessarily defensive, but we can really slow down some of the units kind of going through, some of the enemy units and stuff. Although all they have to do is get in there and pillage them, but I guess it makes it a little bit harder for them to pillage. Hanging Gardens.
Writing is easy.
Writing, there we go. Alright. Let's see. We've got a second galley we can get shipbuilding, but I don't know that we need it right this second. Probably see where iron is probably a good idea. Just to know, because it'll help us kind of plan out some of our cities a bit. I did say something about Petra, though. I mean, we can start beelining towards Petra. Let's get a trade route. We need 3 different specialty districts to get the boost to that to even have a chance. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I think I'd like to at least get iron, because it would help us with our production anyway. And then we'll see where we're at and maybe go for Petra. I know it's silly. If I'm delaying it at all, I'm not going to get it. But it also just feels kind of silly to try and go for it when that city that we would put it there is just not that good of a city at the moment. It would be good if we got Petra, though. It's a gamble. All right. Let's go ahead and move you up this direction. See what's over here. Some truffles. Still a lot of hills next to the water, though. I like hills. Not this much. Japan would be, not Japan, Korea would be having a good time right now. Put a science center right here. Surround it with mines. All of those mines getting the plus science. Oh my. Wow. That would be an amazing place to put one. Or even over here, any of these spots. Yeah, this would be a good place for Korea for sure. Alrighty, let's get this first. Ooh, more barbarians. Great. At least we got the boost to foreign trade without having to find the other continent. I mean, this guy is not too much of a problem right this second, so I think we can kind of ignore him for a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on him, though. So we got another air score for the tribal village, so we're 1 away from being able to just not be in a dark age. I mean, dark ages aren't the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. I don't know that we want one as our first one. I feel like we want to kind of just establish ourselves, and then, you know, maybe later on when it's strategically advantageous, plan a dark age into the golden age to get the heroic one. All right, let's just go ahead and we'll go ahead and pop this just to get some vision, but we'll go ahead and move you back home now. Some good islands, but again, so many hills and things. I don't know. I don't know.
An enormous and
hello.
lofty column of flame.
I'm not going to try and say that.
To read us perfectly at night.
And I apologize for anybody from, I'm guessing Iceland, right? Anybody from there that's like, hey, that's an easy word to say, because I can't say that. Adjacent land plots yield +1 culture and +2 food. Okay, so what that means is That's this one right here, right? Yes. That does suddenly make... Excuse me, hopefully my mute worked that time. I apologize. I set it up. If it didn't mute it, I'm sorry. Clear my throat. That does make these tiles suddenly a bit better to work with. I'm not saying it good enough that we would just immediately put a city down here, but good enough that, like, if this thing was traded with this mountain, over here would be a really good city. Over here, I'm not so sure. We'll have to see if there's another river over there. Pantheon, nice. All right, holy sites, we're not really going to be building holy sites that much, if at all. We might, but I'm not going for something that gives us holy site. Production towards ancient classical era wonders. The Petra is not classical, right, is it? Oh, no, it is. It's late classical. So that one technically would qualify. For some reason, I was thinking it was the beginning of medieval. So that one would qualify. But again, that's kind of putting all of our eggs in one basket just to say that we got Petra. Marsh, oasis, and floodplains. We don't really have any of that. Fishing boats. I mean, we're going to try and have a lot of coastal cities. So that kind of feels like a good thing for Amsterdam. Camps, not so much. Divine Spark's always good. We're going to have both campuses and probably some theater squares. Just because of the bonuses that we have. So Divine Spark actually might not be a bad one to go for. Kind of leaning that direction. Border expansions, you know, kind of nice to have every once in a while. Plus 25% production towards districts and cities without a specialty district. So our first one comes out a little bit faster. I mean, it's good, I guess, but not amazing. Yeah, I'm thinking either production for fishing boats or Divine Spark. Let's see, fishing boats. We're going to have a couple over here. We definitely have a few up here. Although, I mean, these are not good polder sites, but at least we get the bonus from the fishing stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking... You know what? I don't usually go Divine Spark because I don't usually try to go for great people. But it would be kind of nice to at least get some great people. I think I'm going to do it. Just something different. I'm not, like, hugely enthused by some of the fishing stuff that we have on some of these coasts. And a lot of landmass here is internal. So we're not really going to be able to take advantage of it anyway, everywhere. So, you know what? Let's do Divine Spark. I don't think it's a wrong decision because it's always good to have great people. Why not? All right. Let's drop out the campus now, but let's go ahead and get another settler. I'd like to kind of keep getting some more settlers going out as much as possible. Although, where is the boost to settlers? I kind of forget where it's at these days. Not that it's changed. I just kind of forget. Early Empire. So we will definitely be getting Early Empire here momentarily to get political philosophy. So we could wait for that to get another city. I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm in danger of losing any spots. Now let's get one more out now, and then we can put the bulk of them later. I think that's going to be fine. One now, maybe 2 or 3 once we get that boost. You could also do a settler if we really wanted to. I think you're going to actually do a monument. And that way we can get to the government as quickly as possible. Me, where am I from? I am from Texas. I live in the very large state of Texas. People from Texas, we're very full of ourselves, apparently. No, not really, but I don't feel like I am, at least, usually. But if you ask us where we're from, we say Texas. Like if I was going to go to Europe or anywhere, and somebody asked me where I'm from, I say Texas. Whereas supposedly I've heard that a lot of people just say United States, but Texans, we're very proud of being from Texas. You're just going to chill here, I think. I can run you down here to get some experience, but I think I'm just going to... You're fine. The barbarians aren't going to be too much trouble with a couple archers in our cities. Let's see what this awesome mountain has to offer us. Ooh, goody huts. We'll come over here, and then we'll swoop on the goody hut. Yes, Texas is definitely central. Yeah, for sure. There's Montezuma. He is a long ways away from us. I mean, it's not to say he can't get to us, because obviously, you know, there's enough shallow land here that he can just move some troops across to come after us. So we do need to at least be a little cautious, but he is getting past his warrior time, so he's not quite as much of a threat. Yes, yes. Yeah, I don't know why I'd be proud of being from Texas. For the record, no, Alaska, that sounds like another one. You know, that would be good. I actually, you know, I would really want to go to Alaska someday. That would be, to me, amazing. I mean, to you, it might be like, look, it's whatever. I just go outside, it's Alaska, no big deal. But to me, it would be awesome to go to. Stake the money. Well, you say that. I mean, everything west of the Mississippi money pot, just about, right? Or are you referring to something else? Because the Louisiana Purchase was like half of our country. Maybe you're referring to another event. All right, so I'm not especially enthused about this starting location, to be honest. I've been kind of talking to you guys and distracted about the circumstances, but sorry, I got distracted. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to read what this dial says. It says ancient era. It's got this little line coming down. Does that mean something? I actually don't know what that means. I don't know how to read that. I feel like it's trying to tell me something. We are at least in the normal age, safely. We're not too far off from a golden age. Apparently, it's still 10 to 21 turns until the next era, so we still actually have time to get a golden age, actually. Oh, looks like we might have a city-state over here. It'd be good to find another one. So that is Era's score, huh? Okay. I mean, I know this right down here is Era's score, but like this golden, like radius around this whatever. I'm trying to figure what that was. It's kind of interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I get what you're saying. It was not fully full of blue earlier, and now it is, which means I've got enough for the normal era, I'm assuming. And now this is how far along I'm towards the golden era, maybe? That might be what that means.
It is equally important to have
We can get our government plazas. Nice. Conscription, which you've seen before, obviously. None of these things are new. I don't know how many civics. I'll have to kind of look at a couple of these because some of these might have changed. Some of them might be new. Just to make sure I don't like assume something works a certain way and find out later that, oh, it doesn't. We don't need the... Oh, that's anti-cavalry. I read that wrong for a second there. I mean, unit maintenance would be good. We've got a lot of units. How much unit maintenance do we have right now? 3? I mean, it would give us 3 gold. I mean, it's something. I don't think we need the barbarian one right now. Let's come up Forgotten Trade and work our way up to... I guess we'll come to Early Empire to get the settler boost as well as another governor. I feel like it's taking longer to get to 6 pop than I usually used to. Maybe it's just we don't have a lot of food right now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted to go ahead and lock in. I think we're gonna go ahead and do the unit maintenance. I don't think we need the barbarian stuff right this second. We got archers, so those are pretty advanced compared to some of the stuff the barbarians been throwing at us. If we need to throw that back in later, we will. And then we got enough faith to get what I wanted. So I think I'll go ahead and put the production in. And I'm gonna be okay with that. Governor appointment. Okay, here we go. Completely new system in Rise and Fall. If you haven't seen anything about it at all, you get these governors. There's only 7 of them. Thankfully, they're yours and yours alone in the sense that these are my 7. Nobody can take them from me. But everybody has this exact same 7. I mean, there's no uniqueness necessarily from one civilization to another. But I was worried personally when I first heard about this in the very, very first video that that these would be like the great people where you're competing with people for them. I'm like, great. On the higher difficulties, you're never going to get governors. Thankfully, that is not the case. Each one does different things. I'm not going to go through all of them necessarily. I guess I could, but like this guy right here, the Castellan, is he's kind of more defense for your cities and stuff like that. So if we get attacked, you know, I don't know, maybe if like Japan were to attack you, like on turn like 12, he might have been a good guy to have around. But anyway, I'm not salty at all. The messenger one here, Amani the diplomat, she's good for putting in city states. You can also put her in your own one, and all of these guys give you loyalty, so they're all good for putting in your own cities. Even though Amani is really good for being in city states, it's a completely viable strategy to put her in your own cities as well, because some of her later stuff kind of emanates, you know, certain things around her. So like this one right here, other cities within 9 tiles gain +2 loyalty. Stick her near one of your forward cities. That works just fine. I think one of the is the builder. Where is it? Land acquisition. I don't think that's that one. Although double adjacency bonus from commercial hubs and harbors, obviously good for us as Netherlands. Tax collector would be good. So that's all gold and stuff. Where's the one that gives us? I'm not seeing it. Is it her? Is it Ling? Don't hate on them. Yes, they did get tired of me. I can't blame them for that. So Liang actually has the aquaculture, which gives us the fishery improvement that can be built on coastal plots. So those plots that we have that are not suitable for polders, we could presumably put a fishery down, and it gets It gets +1 food initially, and +1 food if it's adjacent to a sea resource. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's something to kind of give us a little bit more food. And the cool thing about her is that with all of these actually governors, you can move them around from city to city. They do take a certain number of turns to set up, establish, I guess is what they call it. But you know, you can put her in one city, get all of the fisheries, and then move her to another city, get all the fisheries there, etc., etc. So I'm thinking she might be a good one to go for because she does give us builders extra charges. But +100 years for plot harvest and features removal. We're not doing a lot of feature removal at the moment. Maybe we should. +20% science. You know, I think I am going to go start going towards her. I mean, she might not be the best one, but I think she's going to be a pretty good one. I mean, at some point, you got to make a decision, right? Liang? Okay, I agree. I think Liang will be fun. So let's appoint her. And we're going to put her in Amsterdam first, because if we do work our way up to the fisheries... Now, that's the other thing. Not to go too deep into all the, I guess, the strategy or the technical, but you get a certain number of governor points throughout the game, and you can either get a new governor, or you can promote one of your governors that you have. You will not be able to promote all of your governors up to the max, is my understanding. But you should be able to get all 7 of them promoted up a little bit. But I think we will start with Liang. I would like to get her up to that fishery because I think it would be beneficial for us to get some extra food coming in. And I think we'll go ahead and put her in... I don't know if it really matters. Let's put her in Amsterdam. I think it's going to be fine. Kind of go from there. If we can get up to the fishery and get some fisheries out here, that'd be pretty cool. All right. Warrior. Let's go ahead and just move you back. Anything I want to do with you? Not really. I guess we can start moving you down this direction. Just to kind of go after this thing. Might as well. Got nothing else to do with you anyway. City-states don't just by themselves declare war on you, do they? Because normally when you see something like this, it's a scary thing. I don't think I've ever had a city-state declare war on me. That doesn't mean they can't, I guess. But I don't think I've ever had them declare war on me. That would be really awkward. There's no way, right? Because they're the ones that you trade with and stuff like that. That would be really strange. Only if they're allied with somebody else would they declare war. I'm pretty sure. But I'm suddenly kind of... That just kind of like, wait a minute. What are you doing, dude? That's a warning sign. That's a red flag if you see that from another civilization. Has Monty met Geneva? That's a good question. What is it? I can check here. Yes. Relationships with Monty. Yes. So he could move up to suzerain and him declare war on us, and then Geneva will come after us. But he does. I don't think he has enough for suzerain, does he? He's got... No, he does actually, doesn't he? He's got... No, he's got 2. If I get 3, I'll have... I'm suddenly blanking on how quickly you get suzerain. Suzerain is 3. Okay, yeah. So he's only got 2, because if we got 3, we'd be more than him. Right, a couple turns on bronze working. I mean, I'm hoping we get some iron. Not necessarily that we need it for anything specific for our, units or strategy necessarily itself, but because of just the boost to production, it would be nice to know where they're at and kind of get those extra resources. And we are kind of coming to the southern end of the map, so it's a little bit less beneficial to keep running down this way, but there might be a goodie hut down here somewhere. Or, barbarian horde somewhere. Lisbon. What is Lisbon's bonus? Traders units are immune to being plundered on water tiles. That's pretty nice, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hit the barbarian camp for the era score. That's a good call. Thank you. Thank you. Is your name Bridget? It says Bridget's son, but I don't know if you go by Bridget or something else. Let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and move up towards, are we close to making a trade route? Yeah, we're about to get foreign trade. So let's go ahead and work our way up towards currency. Getting the gold and stuff like that's going to be really good. Plus it gives us the opportunity to go for Petra if we really wanted to. Let's see here. Yep, you're going to come back over here, kind of help us work on some of the barbarians. Alright, no, that would be obviously suicide. Let's not do that. Anything else I'm missing right this second? I feel like I'm missing something. Don't have any great people points yet. We're about to start building some campuses and other things, so hopefully that'll start getting us rolling in that direction. I'll move you around this direction, kind of come towards this barbarian encampment. It's kind of a weird map, like I said. No, I don't want to see my people taken as slaves. That seems very, very rude of you. Well, he does not like us.
Every nation lives by exchanging.
Oh, Scout did see us. But thankfully we do have a barbarian. I'm assuming this has to be from this thing. So thankfully we have not a barbarian, a warrior kind of over here to be able to intercept him. Let's see here. If we had a trade route out, that would be great. But we don't. Well, the gold we got for a little bit was fine. I think we're going to lock discipline back in just for a little bit, just to be able to take out this barbarian encampment pretty quickly, and then we can swap it back later. You are going to work your way out this direction. And I guess this will be a fine attack. This guy, he'll still be safe from this barbarian. I'd like to cut him off. He'll have to move past me this direction to go back to his home, so the zone of control will help out a lot. Just say all makes your left. All right, thank you, Bridget's son. That's funny. Is this flat? Flat, but that's hills. I was gonna say possible polar side, but not really. Man, the another city-state defeated. The polar sites are just gonna be hard to come by. We do have enough for a trade route. I think as soon as we finish this settler, we will not immediately lock in a trade route. We may use that as an eternal one, or you want a campus, you want irrigation Eureka. Okay, well, we'll see about that. We're not really close to getting irrigation Eureka at the moment, but We do have some wheat over here that we can hook up, so that might be a thing. Okay, Harold here. Very, very close neighbors to us in real life, I suppose. Um, it's an honor to meet you, sir. So here's the thing with Harold. Really, dude? Okay, fine. Go away. I actually forget what your triggers are, Mr. Montezuma. The thing with Harold is that as we get further into the game, he will like us a lot in some respects because he likes people that have strong navies, and we are planning on having a strong navy. But he's also a very direct competitor to us. Let me remind myself, what's his specific? It's the longbows or something like that, isn't it? Or am I misremembering to something in Civ 5? Let's actually go to... Wait. There we go. I was like, how do you spell Harold? Yeah, longships. Which is replaces the galley, so he's going to have those now, effectively. Good melee strength. Yeah, can pillage enemy coastal lands and capture civilians if adjacent using its coastal raiding ability. So we got to make sure we keep our civilian units away from the coast at least, as much as possible. I mean, he's going to be trouble. He does have plus 50% protection towards all naval melee units. So that's a thing, which naval melee units, obviously our big strength is naval range units. Personally, I prefer the naval range units because, you know, reasons, but he's going to be pretty strong and somebody to deal with. But again, if we get our navy built up, he might just like us, which is a great thing. You should be able to come out here and get an attack on one of the two. We could knock out the scout right away, which I think is the better move. Make sure he can't get back, and then we'll just fortify you for a second. Montezuma wants my... That's right. He wants my luxuries. Okay, fair enough. Don't really have duplicate luxuries that we can get. We can come down here and get this gypsum at some point if we wanted to, and be able to trade him one of those. Although he probably just wants them outright, like, to take them. But no, I think you're right. I think if we trade him the luxuries, he's a little happier. So our scout is about coming to the end of his usefulness as far as the main landmass is concerned. I'm going to come over here just to reveal that tile. Really just no good flat land for polders around here. I mean, technically I think this would count, but that would be a really bad place to put a city. Yep, there he is. He's actually got his longship now, so fair enough. Got another error score for meeting the civilization. That's cool. Oh, our governor is established. Perfect. So how far, what is it? It's 17 of 24, so we need 7 more. I don't think we're going to get 7 more in 5 turns, but I suppose it's possible if we take out this thing down here. Governor. What was your first thing again? Oh yeah, builders. That's right. Which we do have a builder partially trained in the city, so we can get him put out here in a minute to help us out a lot. Get an extra charge early on. Alright, so this warrior's going to be able to come up. Of course, we don't have the flanking bonus yet, but that's alright. Knock him there, and we'll go ahead and finish him off. That will be fine. Get a promotion as well. Alright, we can do the Governor Plaza. Just place once in your empire. A district placed once in your empire to commemorate your government choices. So you only get one of these, which is fine. Does it count as one of the districts? Okay, it gives you an increase of +1 to the adjacency bonuses being earned by any adjacent district. It obviously awards +1 governor. So if we put our trio of production, culture, and science... Okay, actually, we can only do 2. Never mind. I was going to say this one doesn't actually technically count as a river tile. I wish it kind of did because it does have the river in it. But we can put 2 of them, like maybe science over here by the mountains. And I don't know. It's not really a good place for production. And that does take up one of our tiles for if we were to get a Petra, which I don't know if it's actually going to be in the cards, but we'll see. But at the very least, the science one, we could put the government one further out where it's not adjacent to the river and get an additional adjacency that way. It's a possibility. Yeah, it's not the greatest island, is it? Not really. Really, I think the best thing we can do is just really pump out a bunch of settlers to at least kind of cover everything north of the tundra. Maybe put something over here, kind of just to kind of really spread out and have a lot of just cities, and then just go out. Just build up a navy even before we get our advanced ships. Get some experience from them, which is obviously good for some of our early ranged ships before we promote them, or upgrade them, I should say. And then kind of really go out and just stretch out and find somebody else we can go after. All right, anyway, all that talk for... I do want to go ahead and get a trader out. This first city would like that. This city we're about to build, I'd like to get it boosted up as quickly as possible. I do want to get the campus, but I wanted it right here, so I'm going to wait a minute. Although we could buy that tile and get the campus now. Actually, that's not a bad idea. It's probably going to be pretty cheap. Yep. Actually, let me look at it from this way, because I think it'll tell us. Oh, it's actually more here. It does take up the sheep, though. Do we care? I think we do. I mean, it's a pretty good production tile. Yeah, I don't think we want to lose the production here. I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. Does it count towards... Okay, that's good to know. Hopefully, I guess we'll find out once we finally do build it. But it does make sense that it wouldn't count towards your limit, because I mean, you can only build one, so it's not like they have to limit it in any other way. By limiting it to only one city, that's already a limitation in and of itself. I think I'm going to stick it over here. Even though it's one less science, it's a really good tile once we get get it worked up. I feel like that would be a waste to stick it on there. All right, settler, where are we going to stick you? There's really not anywhere good, is there? I mean, if I hadn't already lost to Japan and already restarted one because we were near the tundra, I would have, when I started this map, restarted as well. But you know what? We're gonna play it out. I think I'm actually gonna move you over here. We're gonna work on the Petra side. I think it's a little too late for us to go for Petra, to be perfectly honest, but it's gonna be fun. Why not? In a canal city, come on, can't go wrong with that. Just because we can, if for no other reason that it's fun. Let's bring you back over this direction. There's technically some stuff we can explore, and at some point we will be able to get the way to put you over the ocean itself. Embark you is the word I'm looking for. All right, let's come down here. Guess we can come out this way a little bit. I'm in the ancient era for 2 more turns, 1 more turn, 4 more turns actually. Or are you asking me specifically? Me specifically, I am yes. Although I am starting to work on currency over here. So as soon as we get the trade route, we'll get the boost to that, and that'll get us out of the ancient era ourselves. So Norway's got a religion. Norway's conquered the original Preslav capital of Preslav. It's an interesting way to say they took a city-state out. I guess I hadn't thought about these being their capitals, since it's just a single city. Alright, you're going to move you back to the city, actually. Can I swap you too? No. I thought you used to be able to swap things like that. Maybe there's another way to do that. Let's go and move you over here. River above Geneva is okay for commercial hub settlement. Okay, no, that's a good call. It's gonna have some good adjacency from the rivers and stuff. Plus, no, I like that. That's a pretty good call. I think we'll put one over there for sure. I think I'm still gonna go ahead and do this one. Just, I don't know why. Get some luxury. I mean, it's a reason, I guess, there. But I just want to get it, just to say I have it. You don't get to do the canal cities very often. Technically, Greece is nothing but city-states. Fair enough. Although, in this game, you could technically have Greece and Sparta, sort of, in the same game. So, I'm not sure exactly. I guess that's... I'm not sure how that works, to be perfectly honest, in the context of things. Although, at the same time, you could have, now, Chandragupta and Gandhi, so... That would be way too many elephants roaming around the world if you had both of those guys. Wait, who is this? This is our warrior? Yes. I'm going to go Tortoise. We may use him to attack cities and stuff at some point later on. I don't think I need him for the barbarians too much. So I got this encampment down here to worry about at some point. I still would like to do something with this, but I don't know what we could do. There's not much here. We could probably put a city here to be able to take advantage of the polders earlier on, although we don't have the tech for the polders yet anyway. Or the civic, I should say. So it doesn't really matter. But, being able to take advantage of that natural wonder. Yeah, I need to aqueduct. That makes sense, yeah. Okay, let's move you down. I'm not going to engage yet. We'll move you across, that way you can start shooting, soften him up. You could take an attack, but if you popped out a unit, you might be in trouble. So let's just wait a second. Don't have to rush it necessarily. We'll move you over here to help with some help a little bit as well. Let's go ahead and heal you up to full for a second. That's true. Chandragupta would probably kill Gandhi just for being close. Yeah, I mean this is not a great city on any level, but it's practically a meme at this point, a civilization meme to have canal cities. All right, what do I want you to build first? And I could go for like a builder or something like that, but getting the builders out of Amsterdam would be better because of the extra charge. I guess we'll just go for like monument or granary or something. How much food are you getting right now? Basically none. But hey, you know what? Get a couple fisheries here and move them over here to get some fisheries on this city. Its food production is not going to be terrible with all the fisheries around. It's not going to have good production unless we got Petra, but that's tomorrow's problem. So in that case, let's go ahead and do... Let's go get a granary. We're going to need the extra housing at some point, and just give extra food. Why not? Alright, I don't know that I need to defend this city too much right this second. Well, we'll leave it here. That's fine. We can get back to Amsterdam if we need to. Alright, let's come down here to check out this island. I was going to say check out this island, thinking it was a little bigger than that. Alright, we've checked out the island, guys. I feel like I've played Civilization 5 games. There we go, classical era. Played Civilization 5 games where civilizations would put cities right there.
With air conditioning,
I don't know that I've seen it as much in Civ 6, but you definitely see it in Civ 5. Okay, good. Wait, what did we just... I got distracted by what we just got for a second. Early Empire. Okay, I was going to say, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, we didn't get political philosophy yet. It was Early Empire. There's a lot more little blips on here than I remember for this particular card. Open borders. Yeah, that's fine. We got the governor. Perfect. War of Retribution. Broken a promise. I guess, has that always been there? I don't... Maybe I just never declared it, but I don't really remember that one for some reason. +2. Okay, this one's new. That's one of the things that's new. +2 loyalty per turn for cities with a garrison unit. And then, of course, the settler thing. So, perfect. So, we can go ahead and start pumping out some settlers at this point. Which... might as well. Got nothing else to do at this point since there's nobody else to attack right away. Could start building up a fleet to go after Montezuma, but I think getting a little bit of a extra city setup would be good. I'm still going to keep the discipline for now just because we're about to attack a barbarian encampment, although it's going to be pretty easy to attack. Nah, it's going to be fine. I don't think we need anything else right this second. Make a dedication. Our first dedication. Nice. So Montezuma is in a normal age. Ooh, Harold is actually in a golden age. You're in a normal age. Each of your citizens exerts the normal amount of loyalty, plus is 1. This pressure also affects other cities within 9 tiles, but it's 10% less effective per tile. Okay, I guess I get that, sort of. You make a dedication. Cool. Wish you... it's hard to see units and map. So do I zoom out too much? Well, I'll have to check that in a second. Which governor expands borders quicker? I'll have to look at that as well in a moment. All right, free. Okay, gain +1 air score each time you trigger a Eureka. It's going to happen quite a bit, I suppose. Pin brush. Place one for each time. Each time you construct a specialty district. We're gonna need a couple, but I have to imagine we're gonna get a lot more Eurekas than specialty districts. And then, oh yeah, I think the free inquiry is gonna be much better. Although there's not a ton of Eurekas left to go, I suppose, because we've gotten a lot of them as far as in this era. But I still think we get more of these than we'll get specialty districts right now. Make it 3 points near city center. I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. I apologize. All right, choose civic. Wow, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. My time, at least. It's getting late. Okay, so I think we do need to go for political philosophy. Would be nice to meet another city-state, though. Hopefully our ship will find one. Although it's only going to take us 12 turns, but we definitely need to lock that in as soon as possible. All right, acquire new city tiles, or new tiles faster. That's Reina, is the one that gives you the extra, what were you asking? The expand border square? Yeah, so it's Reina. And then she's also really good for the harbor master stuff later on as well. We could also just come over here and promote Liang up a bit. Like if I select promote, will it lock it in right away? I don't think it will. Okay, good. So we could go in. We can actually go and get the. Oh, that's right. These aren't linear, so we can get the fishery right now. Yeah. I kind of like that idea. It really help our cities grow a lot taller. I mean, I want more governors for sure, but this early on, I really just, like I said, I just want to get this fishery. I think I like it. I like it. Done. That may be about as far as we promote her right this second. We may start spreading out a little bit more with some other governors after that, but getting those coming out as quickly as possible will be good. All right, let's go ahead and lock you out a little bit. It's relatively safe. Should be fine. You can actually almost finish him off, but we'll, I'm actually going to move you to the force here. Maybe he'll attack you and defensive bonus for us. Free inquiry, yes. Use Reina for pitches. That's true. That would have been good, maybe. We may go look at her for the next one for sure. All right. Warrior, I don't think we're actually going to need you down here. So, we can start moving down this direction, but honestly, I'm not too worried about that guy right now, other than, I guess he has Aero score, so might as well. Although moving all of our forces away from our cities, I feel like we did that when we were facing Japan once, and that was not such a good thing. Unmet city-state has been defeated. Man, they keep knocking out all the city-states. If you watched my last recorded game, Khmer, then you would have thought that somebody defeated all the city-states because there was only one in the entire game. I think it was a bug is what it ultimately looked like it ended up being, because there was actually 2 or 3 civilizations themselves that just never spawned into the game. So, yeah, it was just a little funny. Actually, I say that. When I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you saw it earlier in the stream, but I mentioned that I started a game this morning where I had a settler and then an enemy settler right next to me, and then, you know, my warrior and his warrior. I wonder if the game with Khmer, if it was something like a situation like that where a couple of those other civilizations spawned, but they were literally right next to somebody else, and whoever else they were next to got their turn first, declared war, took the settler, and ended them right there and there. That might have been how those things didn't spawn. That's interesting to think about. All right, anyway. Hopefully they, I was going to say hopefully they fix those bugs, but I've seen it happen fairly recently. Yeah, this should be fine. Could have taken it with the scout, but that's all right. You, Mr. Scout, just come over here and, ooh, goody hut. Some gold, I'll take it. Actually, probably should spend some of our gold on something beneficial. I'm gonna buy a monument over here. Might not be too bad. Another galley would be good. Actually, we're 1 turn away from currency being maximum efficiency, which is fine. It's going to line up perfectly with our trader. Although, if we want to put our trader over here, which is fine. We can jump off currency next turn. I have a whole continent myself. I should be safe. Use up envoys quickly. Civs are extra aggro on CS in early game. CS. Oh, city-states in early game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they like to take them out for whatever reason. Pick on the little guy. Oh yeah, you're gonna come down this way. That's right. Wow, we're really kind of stuck. I mean, I could have come up this way at some point, which we will, but I'm gonna come down this way and see if there's anything this direction. Probably only gonna stream for about another 15 minutes or so, just because I can tell my voice is already starting to waver a bit. So I should probably get to bed here in a little bit, and then be able to get up, you know, tomorrow evening and stream for a bit. I wish I could stream tomorrow during the day. It's just probably not the safest thing because I'd have children running around everywhere, and it'd be a little bit distracting. So probably not the smartest move. But I could definitely stream tomorrow evening when my wife gets home and be able to watch the kiddos. So like I said, I think I said on the video 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, or is it Central Daylight Time? I don't remember what they call it anymore. But Central Time, around 7, it would be my when I get back on. Take you, and I guess, you know, we'll finish you off with the scout. Why not? All right, you finished the trader. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and jump off currency because that will be finished up as soon as we set up the trade route next turn. Doesn't mean we can't go straight for mathematics right this second. Which is fine. I mean, we put a turn in something, I suppose. Like astrology or something. Still need irrigation at some point. Let's put a turn in masonry or, yeah, whatever. It's not that big a deal, and then we'll come back to it. All right, you. I think we'll go ahead and get a builder out since we do have the ability to get the fisheries, which do look really cool. I saw them in one of the videos. I was like, what is this new sea resource? And turns out it was the fishery. Yeah, they see it as a free city with district plus no war. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Especially early game, there's no war market penalties. Although, now that they have the emergencies in the game, I wonder, it's probably too early before you meet anybody for the emergencies to spawn, which makes sense. Who's going to declare emergency on you if you don't know you? But, at some point, you have to slow down your city-state conquest because of those emergencies. What was I going to do with you? I can move you back up here, but I think I'm just going to heal you in spot. And then maybe potentially move you down this direction. Although we probably won't need you. Because between this warrior and that archer, I think we will be fine. Trade route. So you're going to come over here to Eindhoven, I believe, to help that city grow up a little bit better. And that will get us our trade route, and all will be well. Alright, come down this way. Declaration of war on Lisbon. Really? Okay. I mean, more power to you, I suppose. Not really anything we can do about it. Promotion for the archer. Let's say you. Did we already promote you? No, we did not. So we'll move you one tile, I guess, this direction. Actually, I don't think it really matters. We can promote you in spot and just move you up this way. Probably just the same. Probably ultimately going to garrison you quite a bit of the time. Nah, let's just use volley. It's going to be fine. Might be able to use you offensively at some point. Alright, we're going to come down. I guess come down this way somehow. Scout. There's really not much else for you to do. I guess you can pop a little bit of the sea here, but you're pretty much done until later. So I guess we can use you as a little bit of a military unit. Maybe get some promotions out of you. Now that there's actually a tree to go up the scouts with, to get all the way up to the ranger and spec ops and stuff, we might as well see if we can use you a little bit. All right, you're going to trade with, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll do, yeah, Amsterdam's fine. I mean, Geneva's got some really good bonuses, but I really like to get the production and food here. Just to get the city growing a little bit. There's our currency. +1 error score. Discovered currency. Cool. I'm guessing we're not the first. I'm sure that's the only reason we got only +1 point. So now we can come over to mathematics. We need 3 specialty districts to get the boost, though. You know what? Why not? Let's try it. If we don't get Petra, which, truth be told, I haven't been paying attention, may have already been built. I guess we'll find out. then so be it. But we're going to try. Let's see. Apparently Montezuma is still denouncing us, which is less than good. Can we send you a delegation? Because I would like to at least have a friend. What about friendship? No. Okay, fine. Be friendly with me, sir. We're both seafaring people. I'd like to find another city-state, too, before all of them get taken to get our boost of political philosophy. Though I don't think we're going to find it this direction. So yeah, we're going to come over here. It's fine. Roads upgraded. So we're at 22 of 32. It's not too far away from being able to get another golden age. Or not golden age, another normal age, I should say. Which would be fine. I'd like to stay in the normal ages as much as possible. Apparently I have a strong navy with my one ship. Who am I to judge your ability to count? Oh, science district. Yeah. 3 points. That's true. That's true. Near city center. That's true. That could have worked out. All right. I kind of would like to go ahead and get the Governor Plaza out as soon as possible. If I was going to put it, I'd put it over here. Although if I'm going to do that, I'd like to just pop the forest myself to get the production from it. So, all that being said, I don't think I'm going to do that right away. I just really feel like the city's really struggling to grow. So I'm kind of tempted just to go ahead and do the granary just to get a little bit more food. It's not much, but it's something. Another settler. Actually, you know what? Did I lock in the settler thing? I actually forgot. I talked about it. I think I did, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, let's do another settler. Why not? Get these rolling out. That does mean you can come out here and build us our fishery. So what's the base level right now? It is 1 food, 1 gold. So let's make it 4 food, 1 gold. Not bad. Let's go ahead and unlock you guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and unlock all of you. And I'm just going to say focus on food primarily. Really get you growing as much as we can. And we'll work in the production as we get bigger. But I can't really see the fishery right now. We'll move the city. We'll move it off here in a minute. And I'll show you what it looks like if you haven't seen it before. It's pretty cool looking. I like it. And I think it actually, I just realized, oh, absolutely. It will upgrade as the eras continue. Because the one I've seen in the videos is much more modern looking. So that's just like a basic wood, you know, nets fishery, which later on it's like an actual like mechanical structure of some sort. All right, come down this way. How many civs in this game? I don't remember. Let's look here. I was trying to remember just off the top of my head, but for 10. So 10 civs. And we're currently last place in everything, which is exactly where we expect to be. I mean, overall, we're actually not that far behind science for these two guys. I mean, these aren't the greatest science guys in the world, so that's a very low bar. But what I mean by that is that once this campus kicks in, we're going to be kind of in the mix with them. Culture, you know, we're always going to be behind. That's the thing. Military is the only thing that I really be concerned about. And truly, if you can be about half strength of your enemies, you're going to be okay. So we need to be about 150, 160 to be able to feel comfortable against Montezuma. So we'll come back to that. Actually, since he has to come across the ocean, getting us a couple more seafaring ships would really prevent him from being able to send some military guys over. We'd be able to sink them before they get to us, or do some really heavy damage to them at least. Can we get all the way over here? It looks like no, we can't. Is that a... Oh, so that's actual ocean tile. So yeah, we're stuck here on this side, unfortunately. I don't know if I can move you all the way through here, can I? Yes, so you can come through here. So we'll just bring you all the way across the bottom, I suppose. Someone's taking away alone. Not sure what you mean by that. I don't think I'm going to lose. I think it's too early to say I'm going to lose just from a tech standpoint. I'm not saying I'm not going to lose, but they want to give me gold for open borders. Sure, we'll be buddies with you. You say that, Goldologi, but I feel like I heard a rumor that they modified that in some way. I could be completely wrong. You may be completely right still that it's still a thing. I thought I heard somebody like somebody else on one of the other videos I was watching on YouTube say something like it was they had modified that ability a little bit or something. I could be, like I said, I could be way off. But that's a good point. That's a good point. And if nothing else, at least you know where you want your districts to begin with, and can't hurt to do it, I suppose. As a, you know, even if it doesn't technically work quite the same way as it used to, it wouldn't necessarily hurt anything. So you're there. Let's go and move you up here, and yeah, there we can look at the fishery. Got a little net, a little fish swimming around. It's kind of cool. Let's go and hook up the crabs here. Ooh, celestial navigation, nice. And then we can swing him over here to hook up some of these things as well, to get this city even more food. Now, if Korea's out there on her own little island, you are correct. This would be a very, very interesting game very quickly. What do you mean there's a rocket ship in the classical era? All right, so Korea's not quite that good, but they're pretty good. Although, I mean, look, I'm a dad, so I'm going to make a dad joke. Korea is probably too busy, you know, focusing on the Olympics right now to worry about science. So, there's your dad joke. Let's go ahead and bring you over here to get these fisheries hooked up. If we can at least get this city somewhat relevant. I mean, it's not going to have great production, but, I mean, it's got some copper. The copper will give it something. But if we can get some food here, you know, it could be a good way to get something going. Speaking of Olympics, is that, like, since this is 2:30 in the morning on February 8th, is that today or is that the 9th? I don't remember. It's very, very soon. It's like today or tomorrow. Can you, let's see, we'll move you to the soft tile and move you to the better tile that's defensive, just because you're a little bit more, if he attacks you, it's a little bit easier for you. And then we'll move you down here eventually. You're not able to attack, right? We can't do any type of reading here. I didn't think so. I've never tried, but I didn't think there was a way to do that. Like you can obviously take cities with melee units, but this is not something that you can take in that way, because otherwise, yeah, that would be kind of weird. Yes, start. Let's see, the tech score 2 points equals 1 tech. Oh, really? Does it really? And the, oh, expand the panel, I gotcha. Sorry, wrong one. There we go. 2. Okay, good to know. So we got 24, 28. So that's what, 28 is what, 14? And we're at 8? Honestly, for a Deity game, that's not as bad as I would have thought at this point. So I think it's within reason. We haven't even started building our campuses yet. We're about to start getting those rolling out. You know, maybe we're actually not too bad. We shall see. I'll make the attack. Oh, move governor. Thank you. Oh, good call. Good call. I moved this guy all the way over here. He'll still be able to do something, but that is a excellent point. Thank you very much. Governor, reassign. It's going to take her, what, 5 turns? Yes, which is fine. We could sit there for a couple turns, but I should have moved it a couple turns ago. All right, we're going to move you back over here. And which would we rather have, the luxury or the production? We're going to have 2 builds left, so we'd have to get another builder anyway to come over here, which is fine. I don't think it really matters. Are we working either of these at the moment? We're technically working the, we're actually going to unlock that for a second. we're gonna working that anyway. So let's improve that one first. We'll get the luxury as well. It's like a turn difference on the two. Liang moved to Eindhoven. Good. I have Geneva, so science boost. Yes, I do need to get Geneva happy with me pretty quickly because that will give us. I mean, we're not at war with anybody. We have nobody to declare war on. That will help us get, you know, a little bit more science as well. That's a good call. But yeah, actually, I think I mean, look, I'm having a blast playing this game, and I really want to keep going, but I can feel my voice wavering, so I think I'm gonna have to call it here. I do appreciate you coming out. Like I said, I will be streaming later on today. Not as early in the day as I would have liked, but around 7 p.m. Central Time, and then most of the day Friday I'll probably stream as much as I can, as much as my voice will let me. I'll probably stream for a couple hours early Friday morning, and then if I can take a break, come back and stream a little bit Friday evening as well. I didn't necessarily post that, but I'll let you know, depending on how I'm feeling from the voice side of things. But yeah, like I said, recording videos, I usually take breaks every 30 minutes or so to just kind of drink some water and just stop talking for a minute. But the streaming thing, I'll have to get used to, kind of build up my voice strength, if you will. But yeah, I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed at least a little bit of this. This is a little bit of a preview. I know there's a lot of other people doing some streaming right now, so definitely go watch them. I may watch them for a few minutes before I go to sleep as well, because it's cool to see all the different civilizations. But again, I do appreciate it. I hope you join me again tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Or if you're watching the Olympics, still come join me. So thank you, and goodbye.